see through the disguise. They keep us distracted while the world's on a fire. Global game, same plan. If we don't stay focused, we'll never get our land. They talk world peace, while they loading the weapons. Same script, different villains, same global direction. US pointing fingers that is well on screen, but the real war invisible, messing with minds of the people we seen. They say pick a side, red or blue, while the money keep printing and the truth stay new. Black folks caught in the middle of a chessboard play. Entertainment distractions keep us arguing all day. They don't want unity, they want noise. They don't want leaders, they want angry boys. Scrolling, debating, beefing online, while rapper for action get better in the headline.
Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we'll keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people never win the race. They weaponize conflict, divide the globe.
Sanction, invasion, money controls, but tell Black America to stay entertained, while generational death never got reclaimed. Reparations ain't charity, it's a debt. Stolen labor, stolen land, don't forget. They want us beefing over nonsense and clout, while the real conversation never comes out. Peace ain't possible without truth involved. You can't heal a wound you refuse to resolve, so we staying locked in, eyes wide open, no distractions, we decoding what's spoken. Focus, they want us blind, unfocused, focus. We too old to be hopeless. No more smoke screens, no more circus shows. Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people never win a race.
Truth over lies.
Mr. Walker, truth over lies. World politics, black focus, no distractions. Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah, this ain't entertainment, this is intervention. If the truth hurts your feelings, it probably need to be said.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown men talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, this real, no cap, no crash outs, no throwaway stats, waste that. OG's back, put order in place. Say to you, left the streets, left the cage.
Yeah, I seen talent die for an Instagram stare. Wine chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pens. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers and homes, not candles and names. Quarter zip weather, mind on legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it save you more.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. If the streets tryna break them chains. Quarters at mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Yeah, OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine, but the real killers is time and fines. They cheering when you crash out young, and forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man, build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. If the streets ain't hate, it's love with the spine. We tryna get you old, not viral online.
Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. If the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets, we need you here. Quarter zip vision, future focus kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not Berry Boys.
Not Berry Boys.
Truth over lies.
Yeah. Cart Before the Horse Productions. Gavin X Mr. Walker. Truth over lies. SBC Nation. We in here. We ain't like them, we stay on cold. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast. Yeah. Truth over lies, and we stand on that. Yeah. Came from the mud, now we cleaning it up. Same block raised us, but we changing it up. No more crashing out, we elevating the mind. Trying to break them cycles, leave that struggle behind. They promote chaos, we promoting the go. Family first, yeah, that's how it go. Married men speaking, yeah, we leading the way. Not perfect, but we building each day. Single mom stresses and playing both sides. Child support courts got a whole lot of pride. But where the structure? Where the fathers at? We ask real questions, they don't know that.
We ain't like them, we stay on course. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. Yeah. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast cap. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Reparations talk, yeah, we bring it to light. But unity first, gotta get it right. Can't build wealth if the home's not strong. Too many kids growing up all wrong. Doug, wildin', bomb, Keisha fed up. Toxic love stories, yeah, we seen enough. We break it down so the truth hit clear. No sugarcoat talk when we speak in here. Stay woke, not sleep, gotta move with sense. Not every trend worth the consequence. They push distractions, we pushing facts. Trying to get the culture back on track. Ooh, we just want better days. Real love, real homes, better ways. Ooh, we just speak that truth for the ones coming up after you. Truth over lies, yeah, we locked in. Single by choices, yeah, we tapped in. Cart Before the Horse, yeah, we building brands. SBC Nation, yeah, we taking stands. Like, comment, subscribe, don't wait. Support the show, yeah, we appreciate. Cash App, super chat, show love, truth over lies. Yeah, we rise above.
Welcome. Live Tuesday, Truth Over Lies, brought to you by Cart Before the Horse Productions. How you feeling tonight, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir. I am feeling freaking-tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, L Nugs and Lay Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies, in affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine truth over Lies Tuesday?
Yeah! Boom, welcome in, Truth Over Lies family. Y'all see what it is. It's Tuesday night, and we got a lot to talk about, as y'all see on the thumbnail. So make sure y'all hitting the like button and the subscribe button as you come in.
There you go. After you two do those two very simple things, come one, come all, this fine May 26, 2026. As you can see, Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting live to you jive chickens with Truth Over Lies.
Man, yeah. So like I said, y'all see it on the thumbnail. Long show. All right. The land of the free, the home of the corruption, or are we saying or the home of corruption and hate? Which one is it?
The home, land of the free, or the home of corruption and hate. I likes that. Listen here, corruption and hate for daggone show. Is somebody free over this mother sucker? You know, little asterisk next to the free, corrupt. We know what it is. And I keep trying to say that. That's why when we get on the talk of reparations, cut the check, I say we got to acknowledge how the United States was even established. It was established by a handful of rowdy colonizers that wanted to do their own thing. And here we are, corrupt, hateful, for daggone show hateful. Don't we know it?
So yes, so we're going to mine through all of this. There's a lot being talked about. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button and share the content, and we're going to cook up. A lot of folks don't want to hear it, but we got to talk about it.
There we go. Shout out to Cart Before the Horse, Single by Choice channels. Go ahead and share this content over at Truth Over Lies. Folks don't want to hear the uncomfortable truth. It ain't so funny. It ain't so entertaining. So what? Deal with it.
So here we go. Got to learn something sometime before it's too late. All right. There is actual stuff going on, and we must be aware.
You know what? I agree. We should learn things before they're too late, but dare I say, it may already be too late. Are we just sitting here documenting the damage we're taking? Huh? We just giving damage reports. I think what's gonna happen is gonna happen, if you ask me.
So sit back. We're gonna talk about it. The land of the free or the home of the corruption. So we're gonna start off with some MAGA madness. Obviously, the T Money gang. They out here.
MAGA, no matter what. Y'all wild still supporting MAGA. Shout out to the X-Files.
Especially black folks. Like I said, white folk, granted. We know what the country built on. Black folk, it don't even make sense at this point.
If your skin look like this, and you talking about MAGA, yeah, your ancestors don't like you too much. Just FYI.
It says Trump 2028. Yes. If Donald Trump runs in 2028, would that be against the Constitution?
I'm not sure, but I think...
No, it would. It would. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Election was stolen from him in 2020, so they should give him an extra term.
Explain that to me. Why he just got a second term here.
Right. But I'd like to have him get the third term.
Right. But like, he already has another term right now. He won the election this time. Nobody's debating that. Yeah. So why would he get an extra one just because, even if it was stolen, which it wasn't?
Yeah, he feels that 2 consecutive years for the terms. Yeah. It's like when he had one term, then they kind of took it away from him. The second.
Oh,
is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
So here we go. Trump derangement syndrome. It's on both sides of the aisle, unfortunately. And I would say this is even worse. The people that will support no matter what All right, even though she at the gas pump looking at the prices, they're gonna say that's because Biden and them what they did. All right, it ain't cause Trump.
I told y'all about these boomers and you know whatever boomers and Great Depression babies, all them. They don't care. I told y'all they retired. They benefited from pensions and working in the steel mill. No hate. We just acknowledge it. That's why they're like, yeah, they see the prices, Mr. X. They like, we retired. They'll ration it. They'll figure it out. It ain't bothering them. These motherfuckers like this, they don't care about the youth. Selfish as MAGA Republicans.
One, so they should give him the third one.
No, but that doesn't really make sense then, because he would have had that term and then he wouldn't have been able to run again because of the Constitution. And now he's just getting an extra one, even though he won and he's currently president for the second term, and you're not allowed to run for a third term because of the Constitution.
Okay. I believe in Trump.
Okay.
I say, whoop.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Are you saying you don't mind if your right to vote would be taken away?
I don't care. I know what I want.
But you wouldn't be able to get what you want if you can't vote for it.
I don't care. I've told you 3 times. I don't care.
You're bound.
Look at them. The Grim Reaper is at their doorstep. I think a lot of people are agents of chaos. They want to see how bad things could get. Let's see if we can put these ninjas back in chains. I'm here for it, they say. Look, Alabama.
That's all I gotta hear. I don't take much. I don't call it childhood damage. You only got a couple keywords for me to place you permanently in a column. She said, I don't care. Noted. Wait, no need to have no more conversation. You have expressed to me you couldn't give a rat's patootie. He says, I don't care. Is vote old pasty white man no matter what. I get it. I don't think it's cool, but I understand.
3 times. I don't care.
You're behind Donald Trump all the way?
Oh, yeah.
How would you describe the economy since he took office?
I think it's okay. We just got some stuff to straighten out, you know. I think we were stagnant before he got there.
Well, there was all-time highs in the markets before he got there.
Yeah, and well, things changed when they started, you know, implementing these tariffs, and you know.
Whose idea was the tariffs? Huh? Whose idea were the tariffs?
It was Trump's, but what I understand. But anyway, that's enough.
This is wild. The hubris. Like, do y'all just bathe in ignorance? Just pure ignorance. Like, and y'all could be stumped so easily. He didn't have to raise his voice or say too many words. He just asked you a question back. And you say, you know what, that's enough.
I refuse to answer any more questions on the grounds that I may or may not incriminate myself. That's what I heard. He said, you ain't about to get me to say something that's going to back me against a corner of accountability or show my true ignorance. I know what this is. I think I told you guys before, during the height of Cooties 19, I actually began watching the news for research purposes. I watched a little bit of Fox, CNN, and I just watched them and seeing how they were different, seeing the contrast. I get it. These people, whether you are vote blue no matter who, or an extreme MAGA madness person, you have an extreme bias. They don't see anything from the other side because they only watch content and news coverage that only shows them one thing. That's why you end up with MAGA madness.
Anyway, that's enough.
He won. We can have the evidence. All the documentation shows he won.
Well, what's the evidence?
There's a lot.
Like what?
Well, there's a lot.
But which one thing?
There's so much. I can't. Everything I have. Too much shows. There's a lot of evidence. All the documentation shows you guys that election was stolen.
But what one thing?
There was a lot of elections stolen. Okay, bottom line.
But did you say one piece of evidence?
Like I said, if you have any other questions, you can ask them. I got no more. Okay. So you take that mic, go shutting. Where does it shut?
Okay.
It was stolen. Didn't you hear me? You're supposed to listen to what I said and just take it for what it is. They stole it. So that's why he deserved a third term, because they stole the election. Had they not stolen it, we wouldn't even be here right now. There'd be a whole nother president in office right now. But they said since Biden stole it, he deserved a third term.
this a supply closet kid, just so y'all know. And Billy Bob slow as a dead snail. He just sit there. He can barely even say anything. Got a big old dip in his lip. Shout out to my white boy Bill sitting there. And they stole the election. They took our jobs. This is a South Park freaking parody. They took our jobs. I'm starting to think any big old blowed out white boy with those rainbow glasses, y'all slow. Y'all hiding y'all slowness behind those rainbow lids.
Trying to tell you. So we're gonna kick this ninja in the pit and keep it moving.
Good.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, that's the biased white country boy starter kit. Camo hat, forward or backwards, those rainbow with blue lens, sunglasses, either on a face or up on a hat. Yeah, y'all a little slow.
So here we go. We talking about the land of the free or the home of the corruption and hate. Shout out to O'Shea. Hit the like button.
Here we go.
Is Chud the Builder racist? Well, he's about as racist as I am.
In the last few days, I've been reviewing this content creator on TikTok, and her name is Pepper Plays Zone 2. I like to call her Chud's big sister, and she is basically that. All the time you will see her making some mediocre skits about the Black community.
Today, I got a spicy bowl. I got a spicy bowl and a spicy bowl.
But outside of these skits that don't really get a whole lot of views, she's also a struggle TikTok activist for white people.
It can't be that me and him or a lot of other people are sick of the double standards. So, we're going to lower ourselves to their standards and we're going to do the same thing. Because, hell, they've been out on the streets making money off white people for quite some time.
She wants every reason to be able to stoop down to the level of the Black people so she can have a roast fest. Because for her, this will solve all white people's problems.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
When you look at the videos that I did in the last 2 weeks, of course she was getting roasted up in the comments. I mean, this is Black YouTube.
He's right,
You're gonna get cooked. I mean, even I be getting cooked. Even though I look way better than y'all. And your mama like it because just joking. Let me get back to the damn thing. But people started to really notice something that I kind of saw, but I didn't. People started noticing the trend between both videos, and the comments were saying this: I don't even think she's white. You can't even write this. I don't think she's white. She looks Latina. Judy Lab goes, is she white? Chud's sister gives she likes black dudes vibes secretly.
Hell! Oh, here we go. She been up here trying to take the torch from Chud. Now they saying she ain't white. Some people claiming even Chud might not even be fully white. Like these may be Hispanics cross-playing. All right, we talk about it.
Fair skin tethers, dare I say? Interesting. She definitely looked like she wouldn't mind that black snake moan. It is what it is. That's part of the obsession. Shout out to the sister C Bogan. That's part of the obsession. Oh, they want some of that black oak so bad. It's perversion. There you go. I am convinced that every hateful race is out there. Y'all just want to be around melanated folks' genitals so bad. So bad.
That's it. So look, we're gonna mine through this, but let's see what we got.
I definitely believe that somebody clapped, and I already know who did. She doesn't look Anglo, but who knows? Is she Mexican or white? Thank you, Buzzin. Carib Shogun thought she was Mexican American, in other words, white Hispanic. By the way, she is Hispanic. I gotta even ask, is she white? Chud and his sister don't look white, they look Mexican. So of course this was important to me, so I had to go and get outside confirmation because I didn't want to seem biased. What I did is I took these two photos and I went over to ChatGPT and I wanted to get ChatGPT's opinion of what they thought her ethnicity was. So I uploaded each photo individually and I drug it into the ChatGPT prompt. And I asked, what race would you believe this lady is in your honest opinion? And ChatGPT said, I can't reliably determine or confirm someone.
Not a damn thing. ChatGPT ain't gonna do much. Like they got something built into the system where it's very sensitive. You start talking about racial topics, political stuff, trying to prompt different pictures or something. It's gonna throw you a prompt. It's gonna say, you know what, we can't generate this. You know, change your wording up, something. Whatever the case.
Yeah, ChatGPT, that's your cookie cutter. That's your PG-13 AI. Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead and buy a service if you wanted to give you some real. Yeah, if you want to get something that's more opinionated, you have to pay for that. I forget, what's that, Gronk? It's a couple of them out there. I'm learning myself. Shout out to this AI revolution. But yeah, ChatGPT, you heard what it said. I can't determine. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You got to pay to get your feelings hurt.
Race from an image alone. Race and ethnicity are personal and can't be accurately inferred just from appearance. This is why ChatGPT is a biatch. That's why I don't even really F with y'all no more. So then I was like, look, let me go over there to the player partners over on Google Gemini, go over there with Leroy, the AI, because he always got it lit. And I know that Leroy ain't ever gonna steer me wrong. So I put those same two pictures into the Google Gemini prompt. I asked, what race would you believe this lady is in your honest opinion? And it said, based on a visual assessment of her physical features, skin tone, hair texture, and facial structure across both images, she appears to be of mixed heritage or multi-racial. Then it continues. If you had to narrow it down to specific backgrounds, her appearance strongly suggests a combination of Latino Hispanic, which itself is often blend of European, Indigenous American, or African ancestry, or a mix of white European and black African American heritage. Now you know her ass do not want to be black.
Yeah. She gonna say, I don't care what ChatGPT said. I'm a white girl. So we don't know. All right. Yeah, look at him. That YT privilege is fading mighty quickly.
Oh, I know that's hurting her soul. I know it hurts, sister. I don't know. Maybe maybe O'Shea led, AI a little bit with the gold chains, but nevertheless, I like the trolling. I'm here for the trolling. But to me, she looked like a white woman.
Black. So then look at the breakdown of the visual elements that lean toward that conclusion. Leroy, the AI, says, skin tone and complexion. She has a light to medium olive or warm tan complexion. Facial features. Her features include the shape of her eyes, nose, and lips are common among individuals of multi-ethnic, Mediterranean, or Hispanic backgrounds. Hair texture. In the first image, her hairstyle is voluminous, tight curls wave, which is highly characteristic of mixed race individuals, often referred to as biracial or multiracial hair textures, are certain Latina demographics. Damn. So I couldn't just go with that. So I had to ask, but if you had to guess, what would you say if you had one choice? And Leroy, the AI, says, if I absolutely had to narrow it down to a single choice based on her overall features, hair texture, and complexion, the most accurate guess would be Latino Hispanic! Gemini's assessment matches up to what you brothers and sisters said here on YouTube. And I thought that was interesting because this connects to a large...
Hell! And we all know this. We've been saying this for a while. Y'all watch the channel. A lot of these people, they're taking the census and they're saying white, whether they're Middle Eastern, Hispanic, Asian, or even some black folks is doing it, the Somalians and whatnot. Everybody want to be Caucasian when it's convenient.
I've been trying to wrap my mind around that because it seemed like you would hate yourself to do that. But shout out to the FBA movement. Shout out to the sister Ebony Dean. Everyone else, no one else has our journey. No one else has been through what we've been through. So I guess it's not so much a slap in the face or a stab at your soul to be Somalian and say that you white. What has the white man done to you? You see what I guess? But when you like, hey, I know what y'all done to us. I know, hey, I've been trying to whitewash, our heritage and our lineage for so long. I absolutely shall not see I'm white because I'm not. But if you Latino person, Somalian, and you just trying to get the most benefits on American soil, regardless of the cost to your moral compass, hey, say you white.
Your point here. You see, the white supremacists of 2026 are not even white themselves, which is interesting to say the least. For an example,
white people are every single bit justified in being wrong. Every single bit justified, to the extent that means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them.
So Nick Fuentes is white and Latino, which doesn't qualify for him to be fully black. And then you have your other white supremacists.
Yeah, before you get to him, like you said, this guy here who just a dweeb. Most people are geeks, dweebs. It's the revenge of the nerds. And a lot of this stuff, whether it be racial or whatever the case, red pill, a lot of these guys just raging out. This dude ain't never been accepted by nobody. And here comes the internet and microphones and freedom of speech and all this good stuff. And here he is, this dude. Nobody ever even knew he existed. And all of a sudden, he come up here rage baiting folks behind a computer, don't got to stand on it, and people gravitate to it.
Mr. X touching on something. They got nothing else. I like that. Dweeb. We bringing that word back. You a dweeb. This is the only way you getting attention. This is it. You probably wasn't the biggest scholar. You for sure ain't knocking out the park with the ladies. How did we know that? We see how these dweebs, significant others and wives treat them after they gone. Shout out to Kirk. That's a whole ish show. See what I'm saying? So they ain't got nothing else to do. They sit out here. They make a lot of money being evil antagonists, yes, but then they got to go home. The cameras are off, and folks are looking at them for who they truly are. They woman, they wife, they dogs and cats, and you ain't getting the same respect. They are miserable in their own homes, so they come outside their homes and spread that misery. Dweebs.
Yes, and the thing is right now, white folks are not accepting y'all. So they find themselves just in no man's land. Even a lot of these black creators, y'all was grifting for so long. And white, y'all were useful idiots, maybe to get T-Money back into office. That was most of it. Y'all were used as political ploys to, pawns. Hey, help us, go out there, keep the message going. And the moment they got what they needed, no white folks got no further use for a lot of these folks.
They call y'all loose strings. If they ain't got a way to blackmail you, blackball you, keep you under their thumb, and you ain't got a lot of money to give them, you're a loose string. Enjoy that.
Fully black. And then you have your other white supremacists who are not even black.
Because black people are the most racist people in America.
Now, there's Brandon Tatum who says blacks are the most racist, but this is crazy because remember Nick Fuentes, who isn't really white.
And it's amazing. Like I said, he ain't white. Like I said, this Brandon Tatum guy, a dweeb. Officer Tatum, a former police officer turned YouTuber, married to a white woman, respectfully. Black people are the most racist. It's not got all things bad to say. And then he got his Negro wake-up call. Like you said, white folks used you for so long because you were good message. You are saying exactly what they need you to say. And then when the moment comes, they let you know you still a ninja. Don't you ever think your skin is white.
I don't agree with this type of pandering and carrying on. I've been in enough situations via college, foster homes. I've been in many situations where I could have tried to conform to the white man's country hateful ways. I understand what they done been through and the crowds they done been around. But you can't be afraid to stand on your own, ninja. That's your problem. You got to fit in. You want to be part of a group and you sold your soul. There ain't no way. You just don't do certain things. I don't care. We can sit here and acknowledge that there are black folks and then there are ninjas. All right. We can criticize ourselves, but not in this way, especially not around other company. You see what I mean? You don't do that. You hold your daggone tongue. This type of dude be around there. He let white folks say the N-word around him. Yeah. Hard ER. Then they high five.
Yeah. So, yeah.
People in America.
Now, there's Brandon Tatum, who says blacks are the most racist, but this is crazy because remember Nick Fuentes, who isn't really white himself? Because as soon as Brandon Tatum pisses somebody off on the so-called white right, well, what do they say about him?
Hey man, Tucker, them some ass, hey man. He's a idiot. Brandon Tatum is an idiot.
Nick Fuentes is getting.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Because it's viewer supremacy. So they are fighting for the same audience. And like he said, he ain't one of us. So before y'all keep blowing his channel up, impersonating us, this guy here said, I'm closer to white than him. So I'm going to let him give him his wake-up call.
I don't get it. With hateful racist white men, there is an extreme jealousy. It just is what it is. They can't let you come into their meeting hall. You all with your dark mahogany skin, standing tall with that black man gravitas. It's too overwhelming in their group. I'm breaking it down. You can never be a part of that. You got to be 4 foot tall, frail, and they got to be able to throw you around. Then they will accept you because they're going to do a lot of things to you. Come on, that brother Tatum, you too big, you too physically imposing. You ain't part of the group. You going to take their women.
Already did. Hell. So, shout out to Travis Goldston says, salute SPC. I'm celebrating the big 34 today. Tapping in.
Shout out to the brother Travis. Happy birthday, Ninja.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka! Brandon Tatum is an idiot.
Nick Fuentes is giving Brandon a stereotype that doesn't even fit him. He doesn't even talk like that. But that is hilarious, though, in its own way. And let's talk about somebody else.
Yeah, I know. Your people doing all the crime. Your people are doing all the crime, right?
You people, nah, I don't do crime.
Nah, bro. You're in the 240p. That's not your phone. That's a stolen phone. Oh, we got another one.
This is my phone. I swear to God.
Oh, it's your phone.
I'm not on Wi-Fi though.
Okay. What are you in prison? Where are you, bro?
So here you have two guys who are not white at all, Zerka and Sneeko. They're interacting with
What I'm saying? It come down to this, and look who they talking to. Some of the lowest hanging fruit in our society. They won't dare come over here and hit the link with me and Mr. Walker, but they will pull this stuff with this young brother who obviously rough around the edges. Oh, you ninjas is this, y'all that. These people come over here from some of the worst countries. You come over here from Taiwan and Venezuela and Afghanistan. Who y'all come from? Shithole countries, respectfully. And y'all come here think y'all gonna punch down on us? Y'all crazy.
Rage baiting. Woosah, woosah, woosah. Rage baiting. That's all it is. Characters like this don't believe the words coming out their own mouth. I swear to goodness. I've seen too much live YouTube late at nights. I just seen it. I've observed it. I've analyzed it. This is grifting. They don't care. Grifting, what do we say, right? Gaining traction and clout at what cost? Grifting at what cost? Keep it up. Keep cash and checks. Yo, Hispanic, third world country, but can't cash. Keep it up. Enjoy it. But this don't make any sense, like you said. How you over here trying to punch down? Talking about he stole that phone. Look at your living arrangement. Seriously, relax. Relax. Calm down.
Two guys who are not white at all, Zerka and Sneeko. They're interacting with a young black man. He's just trying to be on the show, trying to be cool with them. And they can't stop throwing these racist insults. Neither one of these guys are accepted by white people. And
they promote degeneracy. They promote using drugs. They promote selling drugs. They promote being in gangs. They promote killing each other. They promote, having kids out of wedlock. They don't promote the family.
Then there is Myron, who is...
Hear that?
Yeah! And this ninja, this Sudanese muskrat. Here we go. And that's one thing I found out about Sudan, where he from. You know, part of the country are black Africans, and then there are more Middle Eastern ninjas like him. And he like a tweener. He probably wouldn't be accepted by either side. That's how he end up here, that he ain't accepted here. A lot of y'all go through life never being accepted. Still ain't no excuse. We about make no excuse for you. We went through the same stuff here. So for y'all to think, oh, I'm just going to come here and punch down no ninjas. Look at him. Byron. These are dweebs. Another former cop, dweeb. It's a it's an archetype. Every one of them is the same script.
I love it. You dweeb. Oh, I swear for the Lord, I would call him that straight to their face with pleasure. He's a whole dweeb, my man. What you gonna do about it? Not accepted nowhere. Got a stable foundation. You know, came up in a good household. Now they want to come over here and try to adopt that tainted super machismo red pill rage stance. Yeah, I am alpha male. Hear me roar. Shut up. Again, observe males like this and their relationships with females. That will let you know why, or give you an insight as to why they spew the hate they do. We know about his relationship. He got his girl taken by a rollerblading goofy hipster dude. Shut up and go grab that lotion, ninja.
They don't promote the family.
Then there is Myron, who is Sudanese, and he even goes harder than this on the black community. But we all know what happened to Myron, don't we?
Don't read him nothing, HT. Tell that you got to go find it himself.
Well, yes, sir. Listen, let's just stick with the Americans for now.
And then we got this naturalization. Like, bro, you're with the standard guy. Yo, you're British, right?
Bro,
you don't know your.
Yeah.
Hey, Myron, you're in a hostile
and I'm not
area,
scared
bro.
to have a conversation with you guys. Not
okay. Well,
you're gonna have to either kick me out or whatever.
You're not gonna have a conversation with him. That's what I'm trying to.
So Myron was in a real white supremacist chat room, and they kicked him out of there. What am I trying to get at? You see, these people who are aligning themselves with the white right, even though they are not white.
As y'all see, like he say, Myron found himself in a real white supremacist chat room, and they let him know very quickly, you's a ninja at best, maybe a sand ninja, but a ninja. And Myron like, no, but I've been doing the work for y'all. I've been licking boots and, putting in all the leg work for y'all. And this how y'all treat me? Absolutely. You are disposable. They can get 1,000 Myrons tomorrow.
Shout out to Leonidas. Leonidas, I shall not bow down to tyranny. You're a weak ass man. You bow down to folks that don't even like you. This is wicked. That's why I could not be part of too many groups. Outside the mistakes, I've been solo dolo all my life. Because I ain't got to bow down to no daggone group. Stand on your own. It's worth it. The pain and discomfort and scars you gain in the process is worth it in the long run. I can only assure you. That's what he get. Look where you are still on the bottom of the totem pole, licking boot and gawking meat.
And shout out to Rachel with the 5-ball. Says Dr. Walker, master mechanic. Gav, did you hear yesterday Pope Leo apologized for Vatican's role in legitimizing slavery? No money offered.
I did not see that. See, but look at that. He apologized, but no money. See, they legitimized. I gotta look into that. Now, did it really matter? See, what? I swear, man, I don't know what they want. I get more and more frustrated the more they show us. Yeah, we acknowledge that we wronged y'all. Sorry. They don't even say sorry with an exclamation mark. It's a sorry with a question mark. Sorry.
They be like, black folks is good now. Y'all got LeBron James,
Oprah.
Gave you P. Diddy, Oprah. Y'all good.
Yeah, y'all all right.
Bro, you don't
like themselves. What happens to them at the end of the road is this. You're also a person that will be dropped because you're not purely white either. Don't you get it? Myron's gotten this wake-up call. So has Nico. So have so many other people, Officer Tatum. They don't need you, yet you're trying to be by them. And that's why she's going so hard. She's going so hard on black people because she wants to prove that she is truly white, when if you really look at her, you can tell that she's not. And once somebody really comes with that evidence that you're really Mexican or you're really Hispanic, and once they find that out, you are going to be, as the young folks say, cooked. And don't try to come back over here, Miss Betty Boop. Stay over there with white Zaddy and them. And this is for everybody else who always talks about your own community. It's always best to stay down with the people that support you. And I can say so much about the black community, how bad things are. But you know what, guys? Y'all changed my life, literally. It's been because of you that I've been able to do what I'm doing right
now. Yeah, shout out to O'Shea, but yeah, you've been moving a little wonky lately yourself and just keeping an eye on everybody. Shout out to Sister Ebony. We're going to delineate and rock with who rocking with us, and it damn sure ain't this woman up here cosplaying Bonquisha, so she think.
At all. Yeah, shout out to O'Shea. You know what I mean? No hatred. But what y'all always say, we got to stand the line. We got to stand strong, got to stand firm. Can't be over here grifting, going where the money at no cost. That's what all this, if you ask me, that's how we got in this position today. With all this madness going on, everybody just chasing a dead dollar. Chasing money gets you nowhere. Shout out to the bag chasers. Yeah, good luck with that.
And Divine Photo says, that's why I always say it, being black and affiliated with the Republicans or Democratic Party that uses us as puppets to shame our own, that's the cycle.
I feel the same way, Brother Divine, and no shade to our ancestors and forefathers and mothers that marched and did sit-ins supposed to vote. We get it. Like, I'm not a person that's discrediting that. At the same time, you know, as later generations, we can also acknowledge that still a bit of a sham.
That part. So we're going to take this heifer to the pit.
With kick her down with 2 foots.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, shout out to Sister Rachel. The Pope apologized. They do a lot of, you know, symbolic things. The Pope be out there kissing feet too. I seen that where the Pope was kissing, you know, African feet. They don't care. I told y'all they will tattoo Black Lives Matter on their firstborn's forehead. As long as they can keep extracting billions from us, they don't care. Black Lives Matter. Give me all your money.
Man. And shout out to Project Leroy with the 5-ball. There's pictures of Myron laying up with YT males at the alt-lights, and the alt-lights still rejected him. Also, he got rejected at the TPUSA rally.
Good for him. He's a dweeb. Shout out to the dweebs out there. Atone, dweebs.
And it's to the point now where, like I say, the white supremacist has used these people all up to the point where they're not even useful anymore. Not even to be around because your public image. Like, even these people who we can sit here and say, oh, he ain't ish, he ain't ish. You don't have that hardcore evidence on them, right? We just know, you know, it ain't hardcore. But Myron have been up here with the hoodies on, act like the Klan and all this stuff, all the stuff he done said. Some of these white folks don't even want to be shoulder to shoulder with him. They're like, no, you bad for business because I still make money with the blacks and you don't understand how the game work.
Crash out, dweeb, pawn. That's really just a pawn in the game.
Man. And Rachel said, did you know white women turned down $26 million for her? Yeah, I was talking about this, for her farmland. So a data center can be built near in Kentucky. So I seen this. Yeah, I talked about that the other day. I seen it. It was an old woman and they a mother and daughter. The mom is old, but they all in bad health. But it's like they're like, oh, this was my great granddaddy's farm, and we done had it for generations. And they got all these acres, but they gonna get it. And she said they offered them like 3 times what it was worth, and they still don't want it.
That's what they do for. That's my understanding for white folks. Yeah, they're gonna come in. They make you offer you can't refuse. They're like, this is 3 times above market value, But I get it. Like I remember you showing this, and I started thinking about it. If I got probably hundreds of acres, I know this land. I done tended to it. I done got predators and stuff off this land. This is my land. Now I can't just uproot and go find new land. It's hard, man. Shout out to the homestead community out there trying to find a solid piece of land that you could do what you want with the amenities that you need. It ain't easily done. So 26 million sound like a lot. Now, when you have established acres.
Yeah, it's wild. And Divine says, why do tethers associate whites with greatness? He says, from my view, they are just regular folks like you and I. Stop bowing down to skin tone.
They made it that way. They made white appear to be greatness. You see what they did to the image of Jesus? Talking about.
Yeah, I would say a lot of it's just propaganda. Even people from other countries, when they come here, they've been getting fed this information all their life. Black folks is bad, gangbangers, this and that, degenerates, white folk good. They had to keep them in line, this and that. And before they even get here, they got an image painted, and they ain't too much trying to learn anything.
Nope. It take conversations and for them to encounter, folks like us to, give them a different point of view. Done lived it, then talked to Africans and foreigners and had conversations, and they'd be like, wow, they'd be surprised that I ain't ignorant. It's insulting.
There you go. At 3 a.m., come through, gifted a membership.
Appreciate you, good brother. 3 a.m. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And Rachel says they will wait till both go to the upper room, then we'll get the land. See,
for the low, yeah, they gonna find a way, or they'll make it extremely uncomfortable. They will close in on you. I'm telling you, they gonna find a way to get it. You're right.
One thing they ain't gonna do is eminent domain, not to no white folks. Not like that.
Yeah, because they ain't. Wanna know why? Because Billy Bob go in there and grab that double barrel shotgun real quick. We gotta pick up that same energy, man.
Man, nonetheless, we're gonna keep it moving. All right. A lot of folks saying, why y'all complaining? This stuff don't go on in the country anymore. You're crazy.
Nigger! Hey, nigger! You want to film me? But you're a nigger. Hey, nigger!
I'm a beautiful one, though.
Fuck you, nigger!
You really sad. You need Jesus.
Nigger!
I'll pray for you.
Fuck you, nigger!
Yeah, I'll pray for you, though.
All right. You're gonna pray for me.
Yep.
But yeah, you're a nigger.
Don't change the fact that you need prayer.
Fuck you, nigger.
Thank you.
I remember when I lost my mind. I'm just about to lose my mind.
Says trigger warning. All right. Black man in Jensen, Florida. Stay calm during a driving while black encounter he never should have faced. So I guess this dude pull up in his Tacoma, his Japanese automobile, his Japanese truck, and here we go.
Woosah. Here's the thing. These folks know who to deal with. They know who they pull up on. They cowards. I keep letting y'all know that they are cowards. But salute to this dude. Remaining calm triggers him. You see, he beat red. He just keeps saying N-word over and over again. He wants to see. Shout out to the show Lovecraft Country account. I can never remember. They canceled it because they haters. Stop allowing them to use that wicked witchcraft on us. That's what it is. He trying to see if it's working. He said, let me see if my colonizer witchcraft still work. N-word. No. You know what? We got to find other things to say they don't understand. White man get nervous when he don't understand things. That's why he don't like us. He don't understand us. So he hates you. What's the saying? Folks fear what they don't understand and they hate what they fear. Message. But I should salute to him. I'm going to pray for you. I won't pray for you. I started pointing my fingers at you saying wild stuff.
Yeah, and there you go. And a lot of these folks only keep this energy, like you said, he inside his car, it's in drive. We just seen the other day with the activist brother walked up on the dude, said, say it again. Say it right now while I'm standing here, while we face to face. All right, but you know, you get people like Chud out there that's putting batteries in people's back. Like, granted, he might have got away with it a few times, but as we see, where he at now?
I salute to Mr. X. You know, learn a lot from him. The best way to combat this, show them you ain't bothered. Reacting is only giving them what they want. I know easier said than done, but when you acknowledge the demon that you are dealing with, it's a lot easier. Say, you know what? This mother sucker don't know me. If he did, he probably would like me. Whatever, wicked white man. Go play with your little wee-wee.
Damn. And shout out to Stuntman Kareem. Says Stone Cold down bad, drunk ass skunk, drunk as a skunk.
Cause Stone Cold said so.
Mm-hmm. And Rachel says, Gav, remember last week in Georgia, eminent domain was used on white man with his farm to make private airport. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He must have did something wrong. All right, you can always go against the powers that be now.
Yeah, see, that's one thing too. Yeah, white man don't hold no punches. He will cheat and steal from his own folks, lickety split. If you don't get along with the get along, shout out to you, Rachel.
So there you go. I'll take that back. You never know. You never know. Like you said, if they won't, we talking about, you know, disenfranchised whites. So they will eat the disenfranchised.
Yeah, you ain't making no donations to any big, powerful corporations. Yeah, you gotta play the game. You can't just have a lot of money and keep it to yourself. That's not the American way.
All right, you're gonna pray for me.
Yep.
But yeah, you're a dick.
Don't change the fact that you need prayer.
Fuck you, dick.
Thank you.
You're the reason most white people hate niggers.
You got to be one sad individual to wake up and yell at your window these obscenities towards just anybody. I mean,
and he said something.
Hell!
He said something though. He said, you're the reason most YT people hate ninjas or black folk. He ain't really distinguishing. Let's get that understood. He ain't sitting there saying like there's the good blacks and the bad blacks. They don't do that. I hope y'all understand. People be like, nah, ain't talking about me, or any of these people that y'all think y'all cool with, you ain't. They are speaking in absolutes.
They're going right. There are no exceptions. So stop trying to fit in and get along with Billy Bob. And there's no benefits to licking that boot. Again, I don't understand how a black man stoops so low. We got to all have a similar fire in our belly. Ain't no way, boy. I would croak over.
you got to be one creativity it takes to use racial tropes and slanders towards a group of people that have been used since the
Listen, don't let Mr. Walker fool y'all. We ain't mature enough to deal with this stuff in real life yet. We working on it though. Shout out to Truth Over Lies. We getting there, but you know, it'd be hard.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, listen. I confess. I confess my shortcomings to y'all. I love y'all. Y'all my family. If we was in the dark alleyway, I done told y'all. I ain't Quisha. I don't say God's still working on me. I tell you exactly how the hell he working on me. Because if I see an opportunity to instill a little bit of justice, I takes it upon myself to do so. Why? Ignorant done did it in the past and got away with it. That's my damn answer. Nah.
beginning of this country. And for some reason, you're stuck in some evolutional trap that you can't reach the level of class of the rest of society. Good on this brother, man, for keeping a cool, calm, collected head and not responding and feeding into this individual's ignorance. Good on you, brother.
You're the reason most white people hate niggers.
So, few people have sent me this video, and yes, that is a city in my district where I'm running for Congress. It's one of the reasons why I'm running, you know, because we can't let people like that win. We can't let them be the ones that shape policy here in Florida, and we can't let them be the ones that make decisions for us. That's why it's up to us and all good people here on the Treasure Coast to make sure we turn out to vote and make sure we put good people in office that are going to do right by people.
All right. So don't know this brother, but he apparently running for office. And the thing is, one thing about Florida, people forget. Florida is one of the OG racist states. Let's not get this misunderstood. A lot of times we talk about Mississippi and Alabama and, South Carolina, some of these places, Arkansas. Don't forget about Florida. I think when we hear Florida, we think Miami Beach and sandy beaches. Hell to the no. Most of Florida is ninjas like him. That's where Trayvon Martin got deleted and some more stuff. So it's different ethnicities, granted, but don't nobody too much rock with ninjas.
There you go. Shout out to hip hop. I agree. Shout out to Rick Ross and them. Dade County, right? Pretty sure half of black folks think half of Florida, Dade County. No, that's why they got to go across that bridge, separated. Daggone right. Florida is white man's retirement place, right? They got that deal where, what is it? You don't have to pay any taxes or something on a home there. If you go bankrupt, you can still retain some of your property, a house. That is the colonizer's home base. So yeah, he want to stay claim to that. Look at the Orange Man T Money. Where is his house at?
Oh, well, yeah. And the thing is, you get this side of it, but there's also the other side. It ain't fun when Bonquisha got her, you know what?
This lady was so mad at my t-shirt. What is you mad for? Like, why is this bothering you? Are you racist? This man must got a hood in your closet, because why you mad? Only a racist person would be mad.
There we go. Bonquisha is walking around the state fair around white folks with this t-shirt on. All right. Bonquisha. And then she said some white lady walked up to her and had an issue with the shirt.
Listen, I am mature enough. I'm past my days of going out in public being a troublemaker. But Mr. X, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't see these shirts online. They've been on my Facebook feed. I've been this close from ordering this both one. Oh man, I forget the name of the brand. It's dope. I got it saved. Daggone right. What's wrong with that image? What's wrong with it? It is the deletion of hate. That's all that depicts. It is the ending of hatred. That's all it is. Just somebody prove me wrong. That's a hateful, demonic individual being released into the nether realm. It's a beautiful shirt.
This lady was so mad at my t-shirt. What is you mad for? Like, why is this bothering you?
And she said something. She said, if my shirt bothers you, you must be a racist. Is it true, chat? All right, drop a 1 in the chat. She said, if her shirt is bothering somebody, that makes them a racist. Is that true?
If you are a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white person and you see this shirt, it should not bother you. Because you'd be like, I don't agree with hatred. Down with hatred. I tell you what, I ain't got too many regrets in life. I regret that this shirt was not in existence when I was in college. Oh my gosh, I would have wore it every day. Every day. I would have wore it. I told y'all before, I had to go to school with a young man whose father was the Grand Dragon of that organization. Yeah, I would have wore it every day. I would have wore it under my uniform. Listen, I can't stress it enough.
Man, and shout out to Kareem, Stuntman Kareem, says Goldberg is 8 Budweisers deep. He's speaking the truth. Most white people hate ninjas. If it was me, we got to pull over and you got to repeat that to my grill.
I feel you, Stuntman. I feel you, brother. Safety first, safety always, but I feel you. I can't be no hypocrite.
Man, that part.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And shout out Rachel. She says the Florida Attorney General said NFL must get rid of the Rooney Rule. Did you guys know that? He announced a few days ago.
What? God, dog. See that's that ripple effect of T Money's madness. Folks get emboldened now. It is what it is. We shout out to Rachel. Gavin X put we discussed the Rooney Rule a while back. It's another pandering tactic. You know, that's what it was. You just got to interview, you know, a certain amount of black folks for higher positions as head coach. Yeah, but it's madness.
Yeah, right now, like I said, this and the voting rule, you know, the Voting Act, they try to say this stuff is racist against white people. And T Money trying to do away with the NILs for the college kids and all. He talking only now you see all these black kids making money. They saying it's unfair, you know, to these schools that these kids is making all this money and they able to transfer. And some of these kids is getting paid $3, $4, $5 million in college. Now it's time college athletes are finally getting paid. And white folks said, we got an issue with this. We don't like to see these 19, 20-year-old, 18-year-old men making millions of dollars before they even make it to the NFL. Like, granted, you could say it may water down the competition of it all, but so what? They ain't hitting as hard because they ain't got to. So it is what it is. They want to see people out there getting hurt and whatnot. No, and they should be able to transfer just like a coach. A coach can, you know, leave his job at one school and go to another school, no penalty. But they say the kids can't. No, now they can. They can transfer and they getting paid. And Trump said, no, we got to do away with this. I don't like that.
You know, like seeing all them young melanated men actually breaking generational financial curses just like that. Can't stand it. Don't y'all get it? Yeah, them young men get too much money too fast. Financial literacy started to become a thing. Yeah, shout out to Primetime Deion Sanders and his sons. God daggone right. They don't like seeing them black brothers shine.
Especially when they've been getting exploited forever. So a lot of people say, well, they're getting a free education. Shout out to JP. No, not at all. Especially with these bigger schools. That's why the NIL, we talking name, image, and likeness. So they get paid now for their name, for their image, and their likeness. So they can sell their own image to a company, you know, a Pepsi, say, I want to do business with this young man. They got to come talk to him directly. Even back when they was making the NCAA sports games and EA Sports, them dudes weren't getting paid for being on these video games and you using their likeness, you selling the jerseys. Everybody in the stadium got their jerseys on. They never got paid. Now they do. And people like, nah, why they get a cut?
Amen to them. Amen to them, man. Yeah, F that. Let them young brothers get paid. I love it. I could use a couple dollars when I was in college, but I should not hate on what's going on. Salute to them brothers. Get what you can. F that.
Yeah. So shout out to Stuntman Kareem. He said, saw a brother in Long Beach with a t-shirt and dapped him up with that t-shirt. He said, I definitely wanted one for myself.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it, man. I'm more peaceful out of bug nowadays. I don't need nobody asking me no questions.
So here we go. We're going to keep it moving. All right. We talking about, where we at here? We talking about the land of the free or the home of the corrupt and hate. And we're going to bring one of y'all favorites up. Futon.
Hi, Anton. Blackity black. I'm black, y'all.
I'm going to say this. I don't give a who cries in the comments. It's about to get real. I'm done apologizing for being white. I didn't own slaves. I didn't write Jim Crow. I didn't redline. I was born in the 1980s to a middle-class family that had to work for everything. I worked 50-plus hours a week, pay my taxes, and I'm still told I'm the villain. Every day it's check your white privilege, do a land acknowledgement, post the black square, feel guilty for something I had zero to do with. No way. My great-grandparents came off a boat from Germany with nothing. I've got black people in my family tree, and nobody in my bloodline ever owned a slave. You want an apology? Dig up the dead. You want money? Call Congress, or better yet, work for it like everybody.
Fuck is you talking about?
If you don't feel any guilt, why are you making a video? Why do you feel the need to do this? If you say you ain't even white and y'all come from Germany and whatever the case, why the guilt? If the glove don't fit, even if people are talking about it, you like, oh, they ain't talking to me because I ain't white or whatever the case.
I just realized something. We don't make excuses over here. We don't play the victim card. I do believe and live by, we all got to work and deal with the hand we was dealt. But that go out and work like everybody else, impossible. That's impossible. The colonizer made it so. We can go out here and work, but ain't nothing we can do like everybody else. That time has come and gone, over 400 years worth of time, you idiot. Ain't like everybody else. Everything we do is very unique. Yeah, we got to work, but it ain't like everybody else.
And he trying to draw this distinction, which is one of the worst analogies. Like, stop, y'all need to stop. Like, oh, I didn't own slaves and y'all didn't pick cotton. So, the debt is owed. You need to go somewhere and take that up with your ancestors. They should have paid it long ago, but it don't just erase like a damn medical bill on a credit report. This ain't that.
Amen. And again, like you said, if the shoe don't fit, why you worried about it? Oh, folks gotta say, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I got to be nice to. Then don't. Who gives a rat's patootie? White man.
Hey. And nobody in my bloodline ever owned a slave. You want an apology? Dig up the dead.
How do you know that? How you gonna sit here and say that with certainty? You don't know. Like, y'all really need to stop and say, I talked about this the other day as well. Some of y'all white folks are just losers. Like, it ain't our fault. Y'all had every advantage known to man. So if you sitting here saying that you in a bad position now, centuries later or whatever the case, take it up with your clan ancestors.
I know what his problem is. This brother work around too many black folks. He work in a factory warehouse setting and he around black folks and they feel comfortable, talking amongst each other, talking about their issues. And he tired of listening to it. Hey, get another job. I'm like, why is he acting like this? Why he so enraged? Yep, Billy Bob is not in a desirable workplace. How do I know? I didn't see this before. Get another job, Billy Bob, with more white folks that's a little hateful like you, and you'll be all right. Until then, shut up.
You want money? Call Congress, or better yet, work for it like everybody else has to. I'm not your emotional punching bag, and I'm sure as hell not your ATM because my skin is lighter than yours. And let's be real, people who never pick cotton want a check from people who never owned a plantation. That's not justice, that's a shakedown. And these sniveling liberal white apologists crying online for sins they didn't commit, you're not brave, you're a fucking embarrassment. You apologize when you up, not for history you weren't alive for. I'm sick of being told it's a crime to be a straight white man in this country. I go out of my way to treat people with respect until they give me a reason not to. I'm done bending the knee. I'm done whispering. I'm done disappearing into the background so you feel comfortable. I'm picking my side. I'm not guilty. I'm not sorry. I never was. You can stay mad.
Hell! Once again, why do you come off as guilty? Why you got that, we talk about how we pass down our DNA from generation to generation. So do y'all. Y'all ain't no different. Y'all human. So you got that clan ancestor DNA up in you. That's why you feel away. I ain't apologizing. I don't care. Because we ain't even got no more spoils of war left. We broke like y'all. So I ain't got no castle. I don't own nothing. I'm broke. So that's your fault.
He said black folks that never picked cotton want reparations from folks that never owned slaves. We still deal with our ancestors that picked cotton. I asked AI Google, is trauma passed down in DNA? Yes, trauma is passed down to future generations, but it does not change the actual sequence of DNA. Instead, it is passed down through epigenetics, a process where the environment and extreme stress alters. That's one of my words. It alters. There is pain that changes you, and there's pain that alters you. This alters how your genes turn out down to the damn nucleus. That is why we still got to live with that. No, our fingers may never touch that prickly cotton plant, but it's in our DNA. You don't know nothing about it, white boy.
If you're done apologizing too, drop a comment below.
Oh man, this one is going to throw people for a loop because they want him to apologize for something that he was not a part of, and the fact that he's speaking his mind.
Fuck is you talking about? Before Futon starts speaking his nonsense, they don't have to do a damn thing. They just have to cut the check. Shout out to Sister Ebony Dean. That's one thing people get misunderstood. We don't need white folks to say anything. It's all in the actions. That's that stroke of a pen. Cut the check. Y'all don't have to say a word. And we all gonna go our separate ways. We don't need no apologies. Cut the check.
I can't stress that enough. Shout out to Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac made a plea. White folks once said, he said, I'd be good. Same here. White man, you give me my reparation. I ain't gonna cause no trouble. I'm gonna disappear off into some wooded land. I won't be no trouble. I'm gonna be out y'all way. But that's what they don't want. Huh? Shout out to y'all. They are obsessed with us. They don't want us just to go off doing our own thing. They gotta come sneaking and peeking around to see what's going on, see what's all that good music coming from, see where all that good smelling food coming from. Shout out to the movie centers. They gotta come snooping around, effing stuff up.
Which, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, it's a lot of people that feel that way. It's people that come up to me every single day, black, white, Asian, all in between, that's like, yo, why can't people just be people and accept them for who they are and what it is that their experience is with them, instead of judging them based off of the color of their skin. I've never seen anything in my life, a skin issue, in my lifetime, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, to where it's been polarizing my entire life. And the fact that people keep on having these conversations over and over again as far as whether or not you have white privilege. I don't even know who coined that term. They need to be rich as hell. They should have trademarked it, the whole term white privilege, because man, that the work that they've done on liberal white apologists to make them feel comfortable about the fact that, oh my God. And it's like, I have never seen more white women than I have now. And it's becoming more prolific. It's becoming even more pronounced. You see it more and more every single day. I've never seen more white people apologizing to people for doing things that they never did to make them feel better about how they feel about life. And really, it all comes down to go get a job, take care of your business, do what you're supposed to do, stop complaining, and make the best out of your situation.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Once again, we all know Futon is bought and paid for by white supremacists, and he's sitting up here doing their work, just like Synthetic G and so many more of these people. All right, we've been talking about them all night, the Myrons. He's sitting up here talking about white privilege don't exist. All right, it's 2026. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Go get a job. It don't work like that. These people got a 400 or 500 year head start. Like, there's people alive today that done pick cotton. Shout out to Richard Media. We done had people on our damn panel that have picked cotton. So we ain't that far removed.
But Anton is. Folks like Anton, just like them little wee white boys we showed earlier, Tucker Carlson and whatever the heck his name is. Same thing here. You must observe their past, observe the messenger and his past endeavors. That's why Anton got this hate and vitriol. We done heard the stories. He always fighting with his relatives. He is not accepted amongst his culture, so he fully rejects it. That is weakness to me. I don't agree with that at all. But I guess when you got tons of money, what does it matter, right? Huh? You can buy your soul back, maybe? Question mark.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen, and I've told y'all this before, I've seen white people come up to me during these little stupid protests, these No Kings protests and stuff like that, because I live downtown. And I've heard white people try to check me for driving a Tesla. And I'm like, you can't tell me not to. And see, my windows was up and it was tinted. And so at first it was like, all right. And then when I roll my windows down and it was like, or I get out the car and it's like, then they want to have a conversation about why it is. And I'm like, yo, listen, I'm from the inner city and I do what I want to do. And I'm blessed to be born in America to make the best out of an opportunity. Now, historically, yeah, things happen.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
It's always that. He always want to go back. All right, he up on his high horse, but I'm from the inner city. I'm from the hood. He always got to let y'all know where he trying to relate. So it's always that, oh, I come from the mud. I ain't no trust fund baby. I ain't no silver spoon. I come from the hood and I work my way up here, and y'all should be able to do it too because I did it. I was worse. No, stop the cap, Futon.
What is that? What's the proper term for him? Hood adjacent? Something like that? I know men that grew up in the hood whose fathers was on the cover of Forbes. They was in the hood, but not really. You know what I mean? Anton was like stoop kid off of Hey Arnold. He stayed on the stoop. He wasn't coming down there getting scuffed up, scraping his knee, going home with, scars from today's adventures, from tussling with his buddies. No, that wasn't Anton. At best, Anton was that kid that had all the toys. He always had the latest basketball, latest football. And as soon as somebody hoit his little feelings, he took his ball and went home. And that's okay. That's okay. Just acknowledge the pain that comes along with the hate.
In the past, but I'm not sure that there's a country nor a race that hasn't had a dark past at some point, and you make the best out of it and you change it and you keep it moving. But ain't nobody about to keep on apologizing to people for stuff that they ain't did. Get out of here. It's crazy.
White people are lacking a solid grasp on what white privilege is. White privilege is literally just the absence of dealing with racism in every direction. Basically, an entire system built on racism that every white person is taking part in upholding.
Don't worry, guys. We always got to throw in a white liberal apologist woman to help us to understand how things should be and how the entire system was designed for white people to benefit. All right? Let's go ahead and endure through this.
Unknowingly, or oftentimes unknowingly. So you have the people that are being oppressed the most, okay? The black people, due to this country's history of slavery,
the black
due
people.
to this country's history of segregation, due to this country's history of not undoing the past. We didn't do anything to dismantle this country's racism that this country was built upon. White people just keep reproducing kids that are upholding racism because we're not teaching them how to be anti-racist. We're not teaching them that black people are experiencing racism consistently in their everyday life. If you have the majority of black people telling white people, yes, I experience racism. Yes, it's a major problem. We need to find a solution. And they're coming to white people and they're saying this, and the white people who are doing the oppressing, they're laughing at them. They're saying, you have the victim mentality.
Man, listen, for Anton to say white privilege don't exist is wicked work. I don't think as a white person, you don't have to be taught anything. You just simply be born and raised in America. You simply gonna develop it through osmosis, just through life, just through watching TVs, just through going to church and seeing white Jesus. All the cops is white. All right, the principals at the school, everything. You like, man, the football coach is white, but all the players is black. You see what I'm saying? You start going through all these motions. Just being a white child, by the age of 5, you're going to already have your white privilege. You're going to know, oh, yeah, I's a white person.
Listen here, shame on you if you grow up in poverty like Gavin X Mr and you can't acknowledge that at some point, especially as a kid, you thought white man's ice was colder. That issue was instilled in you. Uncle Ruckus off of the Boondocks, that a little bit Uncle Ruckus was instilled in all of us. A lot of us thought that, white man smelled like lemon pledge. Then you found out he smelled like ketchup and wet dog. You said, oh, this what they seem to be. See, like you said, the imagery, heavy, very heavy on the imagery. Shout out, salute, much love and respect to all of these content creators, especially the ones making content for the children. I forget, I'm gonna start giving them some shout outs up here. But that imagery, Sister Tabitha Brown, that imagery, our sons and daughters seeing folks on the TV living right, being wholesome, that share their reflection is a powerful thing. So yeah, white privilege comes by default. This is what it is.
Man. And EV says the governor of Glaze has entered the chat.
Sit down and hush up.
And Postman been a member 7 months. Says keep spreading down on the futon with the truth.
Futon. Shout out to Brother Postman.
And he come back. He says keep down in Keep drowning out Futon's nonsense with the truth. Okay.
There we go. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you. And EV says, what about Bone, Quisha, or Keisha privilege?
They do, you know what? They do got a little privilege, but we'll talk about that around the white folks. They got a little privilege. It ain't the same. The make an exception privilege.
Yeah, Bone Quisha got a curse. Ain't much privilege to it. I mean,
yeah, there you go. They think it's a privilege, but it definitely is a curse. I stand corrected.
Maybe over nug for sure.
We're not going to help you. We're going to laugh at you because you're playing victim. But it's the majority of Black people saying that this is a problem, saying this is their experience, and saying that racism is a major issue that they have to deal with. That is embedded into our society. When you come to the people doing the oppressing, those are the people that have the power to make change.
I don't feel oppressed for whatever reason. I don't. I genuinely don't feel oppressed. I feel like I'm doing really well in life. I've been blessed financially. I've been blessed family-wise. I've been blessed in every way that you can.
And there we go. Me. I'm good. My family good. I don't feel bad. I'm rich. I got a Rolex. I'm a bag chaser. I'm good. Me, all right. I'm good. The rest, you see what I'm saying? So here we are, folks.
Pure selfishness, pure narcissism. I despise it with everything in my body. Grew up in narcissistic environments. I can't stand selfishness. That's what led me to African spirituality. Selflessness. I'm so tired of all this selfish behavior. That's not fulfilling. Shout out to KS. What is life about? Life is about experiences and relationships with other folks. It's about those bonds you build. That's what it's about. That's what gives you that fulfillment so you can end this journey and be satiated. Sitting there trying to collect shiny things and trinkets don't work. We've seen too many people attempt it. Shout out to Michael Jackson. He had a whole daggone amusement park. There's videos of Michael Jackson going to stores we don't even know exist, purchasing $250,000 vases and $1 million statues to put in a house he never was in. And you can't outball some of these folks, so don't even try it. It is nothing there. But folks like Anton that has sold themselves, that's all they care about.
And there you go. So Anton says white privilege does not exist because, he don't feel the effects of it.
That's just, again, like selfishness. Me.
Think of, I feel truly blessed and thank God that I was born in the United States of America. So I can't tell you that I've actually experienced any oppression in my life. I've had somebody tell me that I have, a white person that's never met me before and was talking to me that I had experienced a whole lot of racism and stuff. I'm like, interesting. All of the things that I've experienced that are negative as far as culturally has come from people that look like me that are perpetuating violence against people that look like me. Let me let this white woman tell me that I'm not that I'm a victim.
If you laugh at the victim, if you say, haha, you're not a victim, that's just your mentality, where is the progress? I don't know if people are familiar with narcissistic terms, but let's look at it as narcissism, okay? Racism is narcissism. Black people are the scapegoat. You have the blatantly racist people, they're the narcissists. And then you have all the other white people that are taking part in upholding white supremacy without realizing.
And the thing is, we talking about any race, it's going to happen to people in proximity to you. So whether white people, majority of the stuff happening to them is from other whites and Asians and so forth. So I hate when folks say, well, the majority of stuff happened to me was from other Black people. No ish. If you grew up around all Black people like you claim you did, who else would been perpetuating the stuff on you? So then you got to dive deeper and say, why is it going on? Because stuff like we talk about, because they do got the 400-year head start, because so many of our people, is in poverty. And like I said, granted, it's not an excuse, but the truth is the truth. Like you said, we are not that far removed from some of these laws that had to be instituted just to give us a little bit of freedom. So folks are still figuring it out, but to sit here and say, just because you're doing good, the rest of us should be doing exactly like you, that's crazy.
Amen. Very well said. I can't get an add to that. Daggone right, brother.
That they are. And these are the flying monkeys. So the flying monkeys don't help. They're scared of the narcissists, the majorly racist people. They're scared if they speak out against them, the blatantly racist people, that they won't want to associate with them anymore. Maybe that means friends will cut you off, family will cut you off. So what do you do instead? You take part in upholding the system. You don't speak up for racism against racism when you see it. You have the victims coming to you and you don't help them. You don't understand or believe the stories of the people experiencing racism at the level that they are. You have a small understanding, but not deep, and you have no idea how damaging it is. So in this situation, not only are the narcissists, the really, really racist people that are loud and proud about it, harmful, but the people upholding it, the flying monkeys. So until you overcome that, until you understand the system of racism, until you put your pride aside and you say, I don't care who I lose, I'm going to stand up for what's right, you're going to be part of the problem.
Shout out to all of the flying monkeys and the victims and whatever it is that y'all coming up. I'm not a victim.
And there you go. That's the only thing I agree with. Yeah, we don't practice the victim mentality, but we do acknowledge the truth over the lies. We ain't going to sit up here and be talking about we MAGA, 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 and then say white privilege don't exist. That's insane, because that's what Anton does. He touts the MAGA-ness around. Make America great again. White privilege don't exist. Huh.
It's unfortunate, Mr. X. Two things can't ever be true, right? Don't be a victim. Amen, amen. We always say that. At the very same time, I believe it is imperative that you acknowledge the injustices, so you know how to move. So you know that in order to get ahead, you got to be twice as good as your colonizer counterparts. See what I'm saying? You got to acknowledge this stuff, otherwise you won't be able to get ahead. So yeah, Anton and folks that grew up with a silver spoon or trust fund babies, shame on y'all for disassociating with the struggle. It won't serve y'all.
Yeah, him being in this pit won't serve him either.
You rich pit dweller.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me?
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, you a special kind of hurt to write off just everybody. You know what I mean? So some of the most help I've had from adult came from, white men, white people. Some of the people that hurt me the most shared my complexion. I ain't about to write off my own folks, and I ain't about to glorify another group. All right, I grade people on an individual basis. You are who you are. Yeah, shout out to Anton, but he need to get his life.
So here we go. All right, we talking about the land of the free or the home of the corruption. Shout out to the good brother Warren Sapp. He was recently on Drink Champs, and he gonna get real deep about some things.
Shout out to Warren Sapp and my Buccaneers. Yeah, when they was great.
They gutted the Voting Rights Act.
Oh man, they took us back years.
We've only hold on. Let me say this. We've only been a democracy since the Voting Rights Act passed. With the 65. That's it. Ruby Bridges is still alive.
I don't think people understand what you're saying.
No.
People don't understand what you're saying.
No. That's it. Because before then, we were never.
Nobody understands that.
They do. But they don't want to acknowledge it.
That's the thing.
Because that's the truth.
Ignorance is bliss.
No, it's not.
No, it's not
Ignorance is part of the crowd.
Yes.
Ignorance is I don't want to dictate. I want to eliminate black books and black history and the truth about what it really was. I want to eliminate the Jim Crow South. I want to eliminate the word picnic to hang.
Is that where picnic comes from?
Pickaninny.
You killed him.
He's talking about, say the word.
They didn't teach you that. You know they used to take fingernails and ears and pieces off the brother? There was little girls and kids at those hangings. Look it up.
Shout out to Warren Sapp. So it says he gets deep about voting rights, Black history, and the hidden history behind the word picnic. All right. Do you know where the word picnic comes from? And we, Mr. Walker, definitely been telling y'all about that for years over here. So hopefully y'all know exactly. We ain't got too deep about it, obviously, for YouTube, but y'all was supposed to do your Googles.
There you go. For those of you that don't think, racism exists, y'all not understand what the colonizer used to do. This ain't fables. This ain't made up. This ain't folklore. Y'all used to go to church, praise God, get all holy and spiritual, then go outside, hunt down an unsuspecting, typically Black man, and go ahead and make him strange fruit. And shout out to Warren Sapp getting down and dirty, talking about collecting fingernails and ears. Yeah, y'all seen Sinners. Yeah, you know they took his manhood too because of hate and jealousy. This is the trauma that's passed down in our DNA. And you know what? I used to get upset because I used to say these things that you expect folks to care. To give a dang. They don't care. That's why they was doing what they was doing to us. It's up for us to care enough to put in the work, all that entails, to make sure it never happens again, and to honor our ancestors.
That's it.
Money.
And shout out to Stuntman Kareem, been coming through all night with Tim Ball. Says, I saw a post on IG the other day that blew my mind. It read, YT folks hate liberals all week and then go to church on Sunday to worship one.
Come on with you, man. Thank you, Stuntman. It's wicked.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
That's a mic drop. So here we go. I'm going to let Warren Sapp keep going. He over here on Drink Champ, so obviously he's had a few drinks. You can hear it, but he dropping gems.
Talk to him, Monk.
They didn't teach you that. You know they used to take fingernails and ears and pieces off the brother? There was little girls and kids at those hangings. Look it up.
No, I knew about all of the lynchings and everything.
No. If you knew that they was there and witnessing it, then they were telling them it was okay, right?
Obviously, yeah.
So they took souvenirs. A lot of them, they chopped off, took fingernails, ears.
The word picnic, that's
the hang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
You didn't know that one?
I didn't know that one.
I got one. I got one for you, New York.
That's wild.
What was the largest plantation in the original 13 colonies? Brooklyn, New York, man.
The North was
Brooklyn, New York.
I didn't know
Brooklyn, New York. You know there's jail cells in underneath the Wall Street? We were the first stocks and bonds and commodities that was worth something in there. Because I get to own you for the rest of your life.
Wow.
And her for the rest of her life. And you and her having kids, I get them for the rest of their life.
Wow.
We were the first commodities. There was no stocks and bonds.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And Warren sitting up here with Nori and his co-host, who I think maybe a little hat or something, but they sitting there like, I ain't know this, I ain't know that. You know, some people relish in ignorance. They don't want to know. You know what I mean? Granted, everybody don't know about most stuff, but like I said, picnic, some of this stuff is readily available. Even the stuff, like you said, with the jail cells underneath Wall Street, we were the first commodities, obviously, still is, but here we are.
We were the first stock. We were the stock. We were the first commodity, help it, Lord, to put value in America. Nothing else gave America value. I'm gonna drive this home for you capitalists. There was no value. Zero. Y'all did not plant nothing. Y'all had no agricultural expertise. Y'all imported it and got it for the free. I don't know why the God made it that way. They say he don't make no mistakes, but y'all won't acknowledge it. That's why we say reparations. Don't you just cut the check for the work done. Call it fair-ish.
Yeah. You know the Statue of Liberty has chains on her feet?
I didn't remember that.
They won't tell you this.
Right.
Go look at
Why
it.
does that have chains on? I don't know.
Because it was supposed to be about the slave being freed here in America.
True.
So when the French gave that, what was the reason for the chains?
Slaves being freed in America.
That was them protesting us? Or that was
It
them?
was a symbol that said the Lady of Liberty.
Is it?
Freedom. This is the land of the free, home of the brave, but they just lied to us.
Yeah. Shout out to Warren Sapp. That's the title of tonight's show. The land of the free, but we call it, or is it the home of corruption and hate? It seems like the latter. The land of the free is bull job. That was just a slogan they can put on a t-shirt to sell merchandise. The truth of the matter is, it's the home of corruption and hate. We just got to call it what it is.
Seriously. And more daggone symbolism, Statue of Liberty. Forget the French. The French still owes the debt to Haiti via Chase Bank. You know how deep this is. Still to this day, there is as a bank organization looking their debits and credits. Like, all right, the Haiti, they still paying on the debt they can't repay. F your statues and even the word picnic. I looked that up, and I got the PG-13 definition. Oh no, picnic, another French term. Do y'all not know what the French did to us? The French ain't no better. That's why I think the United States protect the French. I don't even think they got an army. Yeah, F the French, man.
The hypocrisy.
No, they just lied to us. There's no hypocrisy. It's right in front of you.
Right.
They actually doing insider trading now in front of you and not giving.
Absolutely.
I mean, a dude made a bet on the Venezuelan president being arrested.
The whole government's making billions.
No, government my ass. There's private entities. They're alerting their friends. Government, the back end of it with the drones and the defense contracts and all that shit, you can see that. That's easy. But when you're betting on the price of oil and $1.5 trillion move before
When I say I'm talking about the individuals in it. They are insider trading.
There ain't more than 5 of them. Trust me.
Shout out to Warren. Be careful, brother. It's a big country ninja. He don't give a dang. He up there, he got his joint, he's sipping. Warren retired, they made his money. He probably got back problems and some more stuff. So Warren don't care.
Shout out to Warren Sapp. There you go. Shout out to Mailbox Sports. That's my favorite team, man. What year is that, Mr. X? Whenever they 2003, I believe.
01 maybe.
Way back. 01 Buccaneers had the all-star defense, baby. Shout out to Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Aaron Brooks. I still remember some of them old guys. Salute to them, but yeah, they all woe down. But salute to the OGs that can speak their mind today. I love seeing it. Yeah, say what you want to say. He over there working with he working with Deion Sanders over there. He coaching with him.
Well, not no more. I think he done. I think he walked away. Something happened.
Okay, that's something for you know what? I can't act like I'm surprised. Yeah, too many egos. Now I'm let down. God dang it.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Mailbox, but yeah, I believe I don't know if Deion fired him or if I think he just resigned or something. They had something.
I could see it. Like I said, salute to him, but I'm not surprised. I seen how egos clash in rooms like that.
Well, nonetheless, we got some super chats here.
Shout out to the sister Rachel coming through like she do. Says, guys, didn't I tell you all what's that? Black people were the first to be traded as mortgage-backed securities last summer. I believe so, sister. You always drop the knowledge. Thank you, but there you go. I didn't trade it as mortgage-backed securities. Amazing.
Yeah! Boom, and Postman, he was coaching at Colorado, but he's out this year. You know, they chose friendship over falling out. So something happened. Yeah, like you said, too many egos in that room.
They're seeing it, man. I done seen it playing football. Coaches best friends, and then they start coaching together and they say, look, this ain't gonna work. We gonna stay cool, but you're fired. Shout out to the brother Stephen James. How you doing, brother? Says Walker, why would you blame God for evil men? I don't say blame. God is the creator of all. He's omnipotent. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing happening without his say so. So
Hell!
Shout out to Steven. So here we go. We're going to keep it moving. We get into the meat and potatoes of the show now. We done talked about all of that just to get here. So we're talking about America reparations for who? We know black folks want reparations, but we pull this up. All right, not so fast. So this week, the Justice Department announced a $1.7 billion fund using taxpayer dollars to provide a payout for those who suffer weaponization and lawfare. It says, at the hands of the government. The money comes as a part of a settlement with T-Money, who sued the executive branch that he oversees. And yeah, he sued them because they leaked his taxes or whatever. And him and his son's taxes. So Trump filed a $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS over the leaked taxes. And it says the IRS come back, because this was from the 2022, and the IRS come back says, all right, we won't give you $10 billion, but we'll give you $1.776 billion and put it in a fund. And then y'all can do what y'all want with it.
I wonder, is this the T-Money fund he was talking about? Do y'all not remember that, where he said that like every new child born after a certain time, correct me if I'm wrong, they will automatically be added to some type of trust fund? I don't know. Is this that?
I don't think this is just all happening. Well, we're about to find out. So hit the like button. We're about to find out exactly what this is.
New fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion.
Yeah.
Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, it's been very well received, I have to tell you. I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and the negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turn out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country. And they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done. But these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt with.
Yeah, these are people that were weaponized and treated brutally. So Trump he's trying to give, he already gave him a pardon. Now he's trying to take that 1.8 billion because it's in a fund. And they say you do what you want. It's not given to him directly, even though he sued them personally. They say we're not about to give you $10 billion. What we'll do is give you 1.7 billion and put it into a fund, and you can do what you see fit with it. And Trump said, well, part of what I see fit is we need to give all these people reparations. We need to give the January 6th criminals reparations because they were treated bad. Huh.
And we weren't? Were we not treated bad? I'm trying to see 1.7 billion divided by, let's say it's 1,000. How many people? Let's say it's 1,000 people.
Well, I would say it's not all going to them. So it's many things, but they are part of what he's trying to give it to. But they ain't getting the whole 1.8. Like he's trying to do a bunch of different things with the money, but they are a part of what he's going to give them a portion.
There, see what I'm saying? And if you're giving out portions, we're talking about portions in the tune of millions. Golly, this is the slap in the face stuff I'm talking about. How can we continue to observe them smiling and playing directly in our face? You giving these insurgents reparations, talking about they were treated unfairly by the government. Wow. Have you done any history studies yet, Mr. President? Do you know what happened during chattel slavery? Maybe you don't. Because if this was a crime against humanity, then what was chattel slavery? My goodness.
Corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things that they had to suffer.
No, they have always told us that they can't do reparations, that it's too costly. Why I got to pay for it?
Y'all don't deserve anything. Well, it's interesting that Trump figured out a way to pay reparations through a fund because he was suing the IRS for going into his old tax returns and it got leaked out and all of that. So he was suing them for $10 billion. Then they do a settlement for $1.76 billion. Well, they say, I want to take that money and create this fund through the Department of Justice, pulling from the United States Treasury to create this fund for the January 6 people because some of them went to jail. Some of them had their lives ruined. The government was weaponized against them. So they should get paid for it, right? We talking about insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol that we all watched on TV in real time. And none of them got unalived, by the way. Unlike if it was black people storming the Capitol, oh, they wouldn't have been here. But I want you to hear the justification for it. But let's have this conversation because if this happens, this may be a good framework of how we can even get reparations with no Congress. Let's go.
Listen, it won't work so well. How we get reparations or get deleted. But nonetheless, I'm here for it. I don't think we all should storm the Capitol. Maybe, we need to unite. That's why we've been talking about uniting so that maybe storm every Capitol in every state. Not necessarily storm it, but go outside and make, we're going to set up. It got to be strategic. But, obviously, hell, they might be setting a precedent.
You must cause a disruption of some sort. Got to be a pattern disrupt. There's no way around that. The marching, the kumbaya, I ain't going to do it. Got to disrupt operations. That's what these insurrectionists, insurgents did. It also could be just a little conspiracy theory here, could be a little sleight of hand. They say, you know what? We are going to make the old rowdy white man think it's okay to do these things. We're going to actually give him money, say, hey, you were wronged in being violent and storming the Capitol, in hopes maybe that they'll do it again so that they can incite martial law, so that T-Money can live forever happy in his new ballroom that he's building. We shall see. Appreciate you, Project Leroy. Says Trump cutting checks without no study, voting, excuses.
Wicked work. Oh.
Go check this out.
Do you believe that people who committed violence against Capitol Hill police officers on January 6th should be eligible for compensation from this DOJ fund? And are you or your family members going to be seeking compensation from that fund?
The Trump administration has just announced a $1.8 billion fund to pay reparations to his allies. Yes, reparations for well-connected white people. Imagine if thousands of black people stormed the U.S. Capitol and President Obama not only pardoned them, but gave them money. That's what just happened here in reverse. Trump filed a frivolous $10 billion lawsuit against his own government and then dropped the case when the judge started raising questions. Then he negotiated a settlement with himself to pay $1.8 billion into a fund with no court oversight. Never before in American history has a president been so shamelessly crooked. This makes Nixon look like a choir boy. The settlement comes after Trump paid $5 million in reparations to the family of Ashley Babbitt, who was shot and killed when she broke into the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection.
Oh, yeah. So that YT woman that got deleted in there, she got $5 million already. And T-Money did this himself. Like you said, they tried to push it through the courts, and the courts started asking questions and, doing depositions and discoveries. T-Money said, we ain't got time for that. I asked for $10 billion. And then, like I said, he went and created this fund himself with his cronies. No oversight. They're all right. We ain't going to take the whole 10. We're going to take about 18% of it, though. We're going to give y'all 82% discount.
T-Money creating militia-like loyalty. Do you not see that? He said this was a group of rowdy mother suckers that was so bold they rushed the Capitol. He said, this some Genghis Khan type stuff. He said, y'all really that bad? All right, I need y'all on my side. Yeah, come on. I'm gonna show y'all my ally. I'm gonna take care of you. Y'all been wrong. Y'all been kicked out y'all trailer parks. The one woman got deleted. $5 million. He out here buying a loyalty. It's a power move. It's wicked. That's all he doing. As crooked as the day is long. They getting paid for breaking the law. They will rush the Capitol talking about deleting Congress folk, and they got paid for their troubles. Maybe we should try it? Question mark. Appreciate your sister Rachel. Says 3 days ago, Rep. Jasmine Crockett said at the House Judiciary Committee hearing, melanated people still fighting to get reparations. Look it up. Yeah, we still fighting. But who is anybody listening? Seems like they don't care, man. I swear.
And after he pardoned the white people who attacked police officers at the United States Capitol, and they have the nerve to lecture black people about law and order. Our government is completely corrupt. Gas prices are up 55% since February. Inflation has climbed to a 3-year high. And this guy is spending billions of dollars on ballrooms and luxury jets, redecorating the White House, and things that don't benefit you. There's never enough money for healthcare or food assistance or student loan relief, but they can always find billions of dollars for wars, tax cuts for the rich, and reparations for insurrectionists. Remember, this is the same country that paid reparations to white enslavers in 1862, but still refuses to compensate the descendants of the people they enslaved. But now that we've established a precedent that any president can pay out billions of dollars in reparations without Congress or the courts, then the next president can and should pay reparations to black people.
This is good. So let's talk about that for a second. Like he said, they already done paid the enslavers back in 1862. The late 1800s, it was a lot of moving and shaking, getting towards the end of the Civil War. All right, that's back when the Berlin Conference, even they was over there chopping up Africa. You know, everybody was getting their ducks in a row because the world was ever changing. Just like today, things are always changing. Just look at the white folks and the rich folks, what's going on, the moving pieces, the gas prices, all this stuff.
You know, I urge, one of these powerful people in Congress, some of our black folks, get up there in the halls of Congress when y'all having y'all depositions and conversations, and somebody just ask, say, what do black people have to do to force y'all? Because this is what's going to take, some form of force. What is black people going to have to do to force y'all to cut the check for reparations? Just see if they give you that. Sometimes they'll slip up and get the answer. They're going to say, do something about it. I swear to goodness, y'all know our shirts, reparations, Monopoly Man with 2 toolies. We truly believe that's the only way you're going to get their attention. Some form of disruption. Like I said, they understand 2 things, money and lead. And we asking for money. So where we at?
Well, the part of it is not spending our money. Yeah, I don't think, obviously, y'all know we've been talking about white privilege all night. This is their privilege to be able to do this unscathed. That's not our privilege, unfortunately. So even if we are unarmed or whatever the case, so they will be prepared and they're going to meet us with force. So the thing is, we got to control how we spend our money. I think a lot of people have been saying that forever, but that's a start.
There you go. Amen, Mr. X. You know what? That's something we can control. And it seems to be more easier said than done, but we need to practice what we preach. We definitely do in the Walker household. Hold on to your dollars. Don't be so quick to spend. Yeah, analyze yourself and acknowledge when you do compulsive spending. That's the enemy.
Congress or the courts, then the next president can and should pay reparations to black people.
This is going to blow up in their faces at a time when farm bankruptcies are up 46%. Farmers can't afford to buy fertilizer to get their crops in the ground because of Trump's Iran war and the Strait of Hormuz being closed. The chemicals and the fertilizer that they need is on the wrong side of that line in the Strait of Hormuz. No money is being paid to farmers in this country. We're all paying $5 a gallon for gas. Our grocery prices are going through the fucking roof. Trump's trying to get $1 billion for his ballroom, but this is where this government is going to give money to convicted felons who beat the shit out of police officers. This is going to blow up in their faces so incredibly bad. And I love that for them.
Well, let me ask you this, because you compared it to the Keepseagle case. But I think you know full well that in that case, the settlement agreement was approved by a federal judge, including the payments to people who were not originally parties to the lawsuit. No federal judge has approved this fund, have they, Mr. Attorney General?
No, no federal judge did approve this.
So that's a big difference between this case and the case that you compared it to.
No, it's not.
What, did a judge?
It's a huge difference.
Maybe it is. What did white folks say earlier in them videos? They don't care. They don't care the matters of right and wrong or none of that. So they like, T Money did this on his own, no oversight. Like, we don't care. It is what it is. And the thing is, these are coming from taxpayers. That's why people are up in arms. This money is coming directly from taxpayers. And that's why some of these folks, even the Republicans, is like, I'm not paying for that. Are you crazy?
They don't care. It is what it is. They all for finding loopholes. That is why I believe, rich, impoverished white folks love T Money. He find loopholes. He find ways to cheat legally. That's what he does, right? We done heard him. He find out say it with his narcissistic self. Oh, that conflict over in Iran. I can't call it a war because then I gotta get authorization. Loophole. All right. Y'all won't give me the 10 billion? All right, I'll find a loophole. I'll get scrounge some money up, put it in a fund. Yeah, loophole.
And there you go. So a lot of people saying, the presidency will never be the same after this. He is setting the precedents to show folks, the kind of power they truly got and the kind of power somebody like Obama had all this time, just never used it for whatever reason. I'm sure, maybe he didn't have the privilege. Maybe he would have been impeached. Who knows? But T Money, I don't think it would ever be the same because he done set the precedents now for folks to be like, all right, y'all saying I can't do this. I'm going to go over y'all head and do whatever the hell I want. And folks going to be, I'm doing it because he did it. Y'all ain't say nothing when he was doing it.
The T Money doctrine. Wait for it. It's coming. It's here.
Because a settlement in a different case was approved by the judicial branch. A settlement that had been put together by the executive branch got approval from the judicial branch. That's checks and balances in action. That is checks and balances in action. And Donald Trump yesterday filed a notice of dismissal with prejudice in his lawsuit against the IRS for the specific purpose of trying to prevent a federal judge from looking at approving or disapproving of his white reparations insurrectionist slush fund settlement.
This morning, 2 police officers who defended the Capitol against a violent mob on January 6th now suing to stop the Justice Department from giving payouts to the rioters who attacked them. Their lawsuit calling the president's new $1.8 billion fund a taxpayer-funded slush fund to finance the insurrectionists and paramilitary groups that commit violence in his name. One of the officers suing, Daniel Hodges, seen here crying out as he's crushed in a doorframe. What message do you think it sends?
It sends that if you commit violence in Donald Trump's name, that you will be protected legally, you will be rewarded financially, and that is his way of keeping these people on retainer for the next time he wants to influence the courts of history with mass violence.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of y'all in the chat, Mr. Walker, y'all been hitting on it. He keeping his minions. Trump is like Gru, and most of these ninjas out here are his minions doing his work, if you will.
Billy Bob's little Winky grew at least a couple centimeters knowing that he broke the law. Him and his buddies got all tuned up, tooted and booted and stormed the Capitol. Not only did they get away with it, but got paid for their troubles. Oh my goodness, you talking about emboldened. Do you not hear these conversations? Yeah, I stormed the Capitol, got paid for it. I was knocking cops out, got paid a lot of money. I got T-Money on speed dial. Devastating. The ripple effect, like he said, he got him on retainer. A whole mob. Gangster as the day is long. Keep telling you, gangster. There you go, the OG. Good to see you. Shout out to OG Richard. Come through with the dub. We appreciate you. Says Jasmine Crockett criticized proposals to compensate January 6 defendants while arguing that the Black Americans are still seeking justice and reparative measures tied to slavery. segregation, and systematic discrimination. Okay, shout out to the Sister Crockett.
There you go. I know y'all be stumping her out, but here you go. She might be useful. She might come around. Look, atone, show. We always talk about show and prove.
Amen. Atonement is always possible until it ain't.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate you, Itchy Bond. Good to see you. Says being taught how to steal does not make it legal. You don't sound like you American.
Influenced the course of history with mass violence.
Hodges is among the roughly 140 officers injured that day. Harry Dunn was also assaulted as he fought to protect the Capitol. He too is suing and tells me this new fund is a slap in the face.
This is taxpayer money that is being used, and taxpayers don't want to pay for this. They damn sure don't want to reward the people that were responsible for one of the darkest days in American history, and that's what Donald Trump is doing, essentially rewarding them.
But the president says the fund is needed to pay people he claims were mistreated by the Biden Justice Department. Roughly 600 people were charged with obstruction or assaulting police officers in connection with January 6th. At least 170 pleaded guilty, and dozens others were found guilty by juries. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche brushing off concerns that people who were convicted of hurting police may get a taxpayer payout.
Just to be clear, people that hurt police get money all the time.
But on Capitol Hill, a growing number of Republicans outraged.
I don't support it. I think you can't do that.
If someone is damaged by the federal government right now, there is already a process in place to be able to get restitution for that. So, yeah, we've got a lot of questions.
I think it's irresponsible. It sends the signal, hey, go breach the Capitol, destroy the building, assault police officers. You may.
There you go. So like they said, there's already a fund in place. There's already measures. You got to go through the courts and get your restitution. T-Money said, to hell with them. I am the restitution. Why go to the bank when T-Money is the loan shark? He's the loan shark with the cash. And y'all telling them, go to the bank, do this, then fill out a loan. They said, we ain't going to the bank. T-Money is the bank.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
This is wild. You muted.
To say that the January 6th insurrection was one of the darkest days in American history is absolute caca. No, the heck it was not. Out of all of the things that happened, that was the darkest day. That was a whole bunch of Americans having a good old time. My understanding, one person got deleted. Light work. All right, per capita. That's a big crowd. That was light work. Ain't that what y'all say per capita? Dark days again. Are y'all familiar with slavery? Talking about dark days. What about the bombing in Philly? What about Black Wall Street? Talking about dark days. You see, again, these slaps in the face. Acknowledge them because that's what they are.
Even get compensated for someday. That's absurd.
And one of the president's longtime allies is already trying to benefit from this fund. Former Trump official Michael Caputo filing the first known claim. He's requesting $2.7 million, claiming he was targeted by the FBI's probe into Russian interference in the 2016 election.
That's what it is. It's not just, he's saying anybody who feel they were done unjustly, and they say black folks dare not, y'all get rejected immediately because they don't acknowledge your injustices. But white folk, like the dude said, they was investigating him for Russian probes and tapping his phone. Anybody, any white person that got a grievance, if Biden and them did something to you, anybody that got locked up, January 6th, anything, file your complaint, enter your name. Tell us what you want. That dude said, I want 2.7 million. Hell.
2.7? That's doable. Yeah. For that 1.7 billion. Yeah, you can get that. That's a bet. Here you go. Cash. Would you like that cash, check, or direct deposit? Wow. They get 2.7. What we asking for? Ain't we asking for nothing? What are we demanding? We got to change our verbiage. Quarter million.
Shout out to Ebony. I think it's 250,000 each.
Quarter mil per person. But they can't cut that check. Why? They can't see us get ahead. I truly believe they think or feel we would topple the economy. Maybe it would. I don't know. But it's the reason why they ain't cutting the check.
He's requesting $2.7 million, claiming he was targeted by the FBI's probe into Russian interference in the 2016 election.
Oh, there's sound in this video. Earlier this week, when this whole slush fund to possibly pay off the January 6ers and other people who had done terrible deeds, when this happened, I said, well, this is reparations for white people. And all the conservatives, MAGA, and the bigots said, oh, let me just race baiting. You're so racist against white people, whatever. And now this is a Republican congressman saying that Trump is making reparations to those who were wronged by Biden. Okay, that part is crazy, but admitting the quiet part out loud.
All right, Don Lemonade in the house. Nonetheless, we'll move past him. And the dude said Trump making reparations for those who were wrongly done by Biden. That's the net of it. So like you said, the January 6th, they just told the numbers. It was 600 people there or whatever, 100-something arrested, etc. So it wasn't that many people, of course, but all the people that was done wrong, no matter what. If you any of Trump's cronies, Trump's sons, his sons is filing, everybody, like, yeah, we felt they did something wrong to us.
There's just so much gangster stuff going on. Now, I'm not surprised. I'm not caught off guard. No, some of y'all are. None of this surprises me. Once folks take their mask off, don't act like they didn't. Don't let them put it back on. We know who he is. An opportunistic capitalist by all and any means. No exceptions. T-Money is the OG bag chaser. He ain't got no soul to compromise. They're going to do what they want. Literally. They literally will just change rules. I saw recently with the Elon Musk. Yeah, look into Elon Musk and was that SpaceX and how anybody with a 401k most likely about to buy into without any knowledge of it. They would just simply start making rules to fit whatever they got going on. Please stop being surprised. Shout out to the brother Stephen James. What you got, man? Says Walker, why are you wearing an art class from a school of the blind shirt? Shout out to the chat. Rachel, wearing pretty gold belts, all these diamonds. Shout out to Stephen James, you hater.
Appreciate you, brother. Here we go.
Pretty good.
This is reparations for white people. I was right. Where are the reparations for the black people? It's been hundreds of years. But reparations for the white people happened. They thought about it on Monday and it was done on Tuesday. Come on now.
Hey, look, man, I understand there's a lot of people out here mad about this whole YT supremacists receiving reparations from Donald Trump. Look, I don't want my money going to them folks either, but here's the funny part about the situation. First off, Donald Trump had every reason to sue the IRS. The IRS could have just paid him the $10 billion, but they decided to settle out of court and create the $1.776 billion slush trust fund, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Their contractor did leak Donald Trump's tax returns. That's a fact. I know y'all hate him, but that is a fact. But it's just so funny how they done told black folks for years, there's no money for a reparations bill. It's too expensive. We don't want other taxpayers paying a reparations bill. It's impossible. We could just conduct a study. They kept telling us, the Democrats, they kept telling us, a study. Then it never gets any further than that. And somehow, some way, Trump can get in office and create a fund. Just come on, dog. Like, he just boom came in and did that shit without congressional approval. You mean to tell me no other president could have done that for black folks? Barack Obama, black. Y'all say he black. Why in the hell, when he had both chambers, did they not push for that? Why he ain't kick the door down? Boom. Okay.
Well, two things is true. I think because what they would have offered us would have been a slap in the face. What we are asking for, they ain't about it. You see what I'm saying? We talking what? Trillions. And a lot of people, you know what I mean? It's not just, all right, we gonna make a slush fund. Nah, we need to rearrange power. Like, it's gonna be a lot going on. It's not 1.7 billion. That's a drop in the bucket.
That part, Mr. X. Here we go. Good question. Shout out to OG Rachai. If T-Money moved this and moving and shaking, gliding and sliding and vibing, and was like, hey, that trillion, I found some loopholes. I did a little backdoor deal here. Hey, black folks, I got your money. Would we Would black folks be willing to vote for T-Money for a third term? I know it sounds far-fetched, but there's talks of it. If he said, I give y'all reparations, put a one in the chat if you vote for T-Money, if he guarantees reparations.
Well, he don't need black folks to vote for him if he just got into office just now and only 20% voted for. He don't need it. It does not benefit. That's why I was saying we don't swing the pendulum that much. If we only 13%, it ain't, you know what I mean? That ain't going to be it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm in office. It's time to get this reparations going. Anybody who ain't trying to participate, we're going to freeze funding. We're going to do everything Donald Trump do. But somehow, it just didn't play out in the favor of black folks. The person who was supposed to represent us didn't go and get us that money that we are owed. That's the cold part about it. Everybody else got their reparations. I ain't hating. I'm just saying, dog, the excuse is crazy. That's why we at this point now, because Democrats never went out their way to fix this shit. I know some of y'all mad, but shit, while you playing, boy, you better see if you can get you some of that money. Real talk.
I'm not mad at Trump for giving reparations to the January 6ers. I expected him to reward the people who showed up for him. What I'm mad about is Black America giving Democrats 95% of the vote for decades and still having the same conversations.
Like I said, if they would have created this same slush fund for us, it would have been insulting. All right, they'd have gave us all $250 in a free cone at Dairy Queen. That's what it would have been. And that ain't what we asking for. So we really gonna have to sit down at the table. It ain't gonna be some slush fund.
I don't even know how the conversation is going to take place. My lack of faith in this, I truly believe those stimulus checks. Y'all remember them stimmies? Everybody was happy about them stimmies. You know, say that was some form of reparations and the PPP loan forgiveness madness. Watch what I say. I love the idea of reparations. It is a debt, not a favor, not a loan. However, they continue to show us they willing to put money and resources everywhere else besides where it truly belongs.
Generation after generation, we keep delivering votes. Where was the return on investment? Where was the economic agenda? Where was the ownership push? Where was the wealth building? Where was the long-term strategy beyond elections? At some point, the question isn't who do we vote for? It's what are we voting for and why are we voting for them? Loyalty without leverage is just dependency. And honestly, that's what the Democrats wanted. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe because I care barely.
So the United States has shown us time and time again that reparations are possible. You see, Donald Trump started out suing his own government, and later that lawsuit turned into an agreement to where he now has his own fund to give money out to people that he claims were oppressed by
hair. All right. What is this? This a ninja or a woman? All right. Press a 1 for man, 2 for woman. What y'all think? I got thrown off, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, this this an extreme liberal. Extreme shout out to our sister from California, Monique. This is one of Monique's folks. Yeah, they got Trump derangement syndrome on the other end of the spectrum. You know what it is. She most likely got some wild pronouns. I'm gonna leave it there.
the Biden administration, those people being January 6th rioters, supporters of him. And in this agreement, it also says that the IRS cannot come after him, his associates, that includes his family businesses as well as his own. So he gave himself self-immunity while also securing a reparation fund for his followers. America has shown us time and time again, reparations are possible. They're just not possible for Black people, apparently, because Asian Americans have gotten reparations after the Japanese internment camps, after the freeing of enslaved peoples. The slave owners got reparations for their financial loss due to the freeing of their slaves. And now we have January 6th rioters getting reparations on behalf of being supporters of the most unapproved president in history.
Everybody, I think the victims of ICE, the illegal immigrants that were victimized by ICE are demanding reparations. Iran is demanding reparations, which they will get. The next person in line is Iran, unfortunately. Whenever they come to a cease or whatever the case, whenever the United States going to have to pay them to fix up everything they destroyed. They already said in the agreement they want reparations, and they said keep on bombing, do whatever you're going to do, and then you're going to pay us to fix it. with interest.
So where do we stand in the line? The more conflicts, i.e. wars that take place, the further to the back we get pushed. I'm just deflated on the whole matter, man. I don't see a resolve no time soon. I just don't. I will be surprised if in our lifetime or even our children's reparations come before freaking a nuclear holocaust.
Man. But nonetheless, we ain't gonna stop. I'm fighting for it. Hopefully it do come. Like you said, hope is in the room. But yeah, this is wonky. Like I said, I think the whole thing gonna topple over long before in our lifetime, but we'll see.
There you go. To topple over. That's the only factor. Yeah, that doom and gloom, that all burning down scenario. I think that's more likely to happen first.
And that's how white people keep getting reparations. Because look, our buddy Phil over here on the Ghetto app says that the Department of Justice announced a $1.7 billion fund to pay Trump allies prosecuted by the government as part of the president's settlement with the IRS. This is a whole nother thing. The new fund could pay claims to the likes of January 6 rioters. So I, being a Black American man descended from enslaved people, have to pay taxes to these people. To these people. I got to pay reparations to these people. These people deserve to get taxpayer money. Most of them, the vast majority, didn't get arrested, no prison sentences, didn't serve anything. A few of them did. They all got pardoned and got let out of jail. All of these people, they get reparations. Look at all these people. Yeah, I don't want to pay these people any money. I don't want my money going to them. I want my money coming back to me.
And that's a part that none of us too much talk about. Yeah, you and I and all you ninjas in the chat, y'all about to pay these ninjas reparations. Let that sizzle in your spirit. All right, that's coming from all us good old-fashioned taxpayers.
What you gonna do, ninja? What you gonna do about it? Yep. Now what? Go ahead, clock in, work them doubles and triples, and pay these taxes, or else. The good old American way. That's what I always say. Come on, we gotta stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, detach from the sick nightmare we were sold as an American dream. Down with consumerism, down with buying, shiny trinkets, trying to impress folks that don't give a dang about us. This is where that self-dependence and independence comes into play. Like Mr. X said, let's start by holding on to our money. Maybe there we go. I'm all about solutions. Maybe if we hold on to our money, they'll give us our money.
Man.
Appreciate your sister Nice. Says this is the definition of cold game, frozen iceberg game.
And that is the part that I think too many people miss. Two parts. One, this is what's called systemic racism, that the government is favoring one group over another. That is systemic. That man sued the government, and as part of his settlement, the government is saying, we're going to give you money, and we're going to give the people who are supporting you money. Because we are going to agree with you that the people were mistreated by government, and as a result, we're going to give them some money as a type of reparation, right? We're going to repair this monetarily. That is our exact argument. German people got it. Japanese people got it. Jewish people got it. And even slave owners got it. You know who did not get it? Black people. That's who. And here's the part two to that. It is not your money, non-Black person in America. It is our money. The first few hundred years, that money was ours from our bodies, our babies, our lives, our labor. The next few hundred years, we've been paying taxes to this government like everybody else. We want our money back. We want the repair for what was done to us and what was stolen from us returned to us. It's very simple. And you know how you know it's very simple? Because the court figured that out in just a couple of years. They figured it out. Oh, we're going to return some money. We're going to repair this, and we're going to pay you as part of that reparation. Don't ever say white people don't want government and don't believe in reparations. All white people believe in reparations. Every single one believes in reparations. They got land, they got money, And that money be flowing to everybody except the people that built this thing.
Yeah. So that's a real thing. And for all the detractors out there, for the people that's always moving the goal line, like this ain't the time to move the goal line. Like he said, bodies, the babies, all of that. So you really can't even put a dollar sign on some of this stuff. We're talking millions of people, bodies. All right. How many people were released after slavery? 6 million, I believe, 8, whatever the number they say it was. But a lot of people just released with nothing. That's why a lot of folks simply just had to stay there and sharecrop or whatever the case, released with nothing. There's people who get released from jail today. They're going to give you something, a little $20, all right. Yeah, this, a little that. But no, released with nothing.
Nothing but a handkerchief on the end of a stick and no real lay of the land. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Shout out to all my folks out there that's relying on GPS and stuff to travel. My goodness, back then wasn't none of that. You had to know what was going on. You had to be familiar with the land. Otherwise, it could be fatal.
And the thing is, you had to escape. So let's get this understood. Granted, the Civil War ended, like it took dozens of years. Like we talking about from the late 1800s, the Civil Rights Act was signed nearly 100 years later. So we must understand, most of them people, once slavery ended, it ain't like they got a damn email and they were sitting there and chains were on. No, folks were still on the plantation. And even after the Civil War, a lot of them old war generals and folks, they came back and they kept you there. So folks was escaping with nothing, just trying to get north or wherever the case, or someone just stayed there and said, hey, I'm just going to accept whatever deal I can get.
Sharecropping deal. And salute to the ancestors that did go out to the wilderness and make something out of nothing. That they did. They went into the swamp lands, into the thick woods, and they made places, towns, villages, whole communities. Again, shout out to Mount Bayou. We did it. We literally made something out of nothing. You see what I'm saying? That is the part of our history that I gravitate towards for strength, for motivation, for comfort even, man. Our folks knew how to do things, man. We know how to make something out of nothing. Salute to our ancestors.
Secret Service Sam here, and the Trump administration is giving out $1,776,000,000. You see how they did it? 1776. They always have to do that. A slush fund. They
Yeah. Felt the white man. Symbolism in the numbers. What was 1776? Huh? That was the where my historians at. 1776. What happened in 1776?
1776 marks the founding of the United States.
Yeah.
That's the founding. United States was founded in 7. I didn't know that.
That's why this year they are celebrating the 250-year celebration. This summer is the 250-year celebration of America. All right.
America only 250 years old, but chattel slavery lasted 400 years.
Yeah, so chattel, I mean, we was coming here in the 1400s, in the late 1400s. They don't document it that far. They try to say the 1500s, but yeah, we were here 250 years, 300 years before that.
You see what I'm saying? Do you see my point? I get so frustrated. America could not even be established until our ancestors worked, toiled, and bled out enough on this soil for it to say, okay.
I was going to say, let me correct that. We were here long before that. They came and, enslaved us 300 years before that, but we were obviously here long before that.
There was nothing to establish until we broke ourselves for this land. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, but they wanted
300 years. I mean, you talking about, and back in the day, life expectancy ain't like it was today. People weren't living to be 80, 90. People was living to be 30, 40. So you talking about 300 years, that's like 10, 15 generations. All right. You broken by then.
Completely broken. Yes. We talked about that. The sons and daughters of slaves. Yeah, that's detrimental. All you know is indentured servitude. Yeah, that's the lowest that we were, man. Respect and honor to them.
176 million. You see how they did it? 1776. They always have to do that. A slush fund. They are giving reparations to the J6ers, the people who stormed the Capitol, an insurrection. They're giving them reparations before Black Americans get reparations? What? What? Are you not hearing this? And guess what? I mean, he originally was suing for $10 billion, but I'm going to settle with Todd Blanche, his own lawyer. This has got to be one of the most corrupt things that has ever happened in the history of our country. For those of you who don't understand, January 6th, MAGA stormed the Capitol. Now, here's my question. I thought it was the FBI and Antifa. So you're rewarding Antifa and the FBI all this money? Our money. We work hard. Your tax-paying dollars are going to pay off the QAnon shaman. Enrique Tarrio, the head of the Proud Boys, will now get some of this slush fund money. And guess what?
And that's wicked.
Yeah.
Like he said, you're giving these Proud Boys millions of dollars to fund their operations and further white supremacy. And like you said, Trump did these deals with his own lawyers. He in charge of these attorney generals and stuff. They gonna sign it or they gonna get fired. So they like, yeah, let's just get it done.
Gangster. T Money Winner says, we finish as we done. Straight Birdman style. As we finish as we done. Where the money at? T Money out there negotiating with itself in the mirror. That's gangster. Straight mob style. What you gonna do about it?
The DOJ is not going to reveal any of these names, so you won't even know. Rudy Giuliani. What did he do but dress up in drag with Donald Trump and let him sniff his mini mountains? What are we doing? Wake up, America.
What?
Reparations for white racist J6ers before Black Americans. They don't deserve it. They stormed our Capitol. They desecrated our Capitol. They put their feet up on the desk of democracy, and you guys let him reward this? Nobody thinks this is wrong? This is insanity. This would be like when they blew up Black Wall Street, if they awarded the white supremacists for it. Like, good job. This is like when they marched in Charlottesville. They will not replace us with their little Home Depot tiki torches. And you said, here, guys, let's reimburse you for the damages. A lot of horrible things have happened to these. Good. That's what happens when you storm the Capitol. You go to jail. But no, he pardoned everybody. And half of those people who have been pardoned are right back in prison where they belong. This is crazy. What do you guys think? See-
That's the thing. So, yeah. A lot of them dudes, they was in prison for 3 years? They did a little 3-year bid before Trump got them out. And now he about to give them some bread. Hey, so like I said, I guess Obama could have did stuff like that, freed people. He could have let Larry Hoover and them out and cut them a check, but he chose not to.
Shame, shame, shame. I know it's far-fetched. I would like to talk to Obama and ask him them questions. And see if he's like, yeah, why wouldn't you get these folks out, man? Why wouldn't you do stuff, for, folks that was affected by the hatred that was spewing on, the Black Panther Party, things like that. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing like that happened. Still to this day, right? They still shooting up the OG's tombstone. The police. Like, come on. That's why, it sounded so good, first Black president, but God dang it. Didn't seem very Black.
Yeah. And I would say that about this guy too. Yeah, he rage baiting himself. So you don't give a damn about no Black folk. You up here trying to go viral at best.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, don't be fooled. Grifting, pandering, he ain't helping. He just trying to get his.
Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world.
The U.S. can pay white nationalists reparations for January 6th. They can pay Black people reparations for slavery and Jim Crow. I'm Major League, and I'll give you 3 things about it.
Donald Trump has now stood up a white reparations billion-dollar taxpayer fund. It's a slush fund. People are outraged, but I need you to channel that outrage. Don't just make a post. Lobby your member of Congress to support H.R. 40, because Black folks are long overdue for reparations.
Thing number one, on day one of his second term, Trump pardoned over 1,500 January 6th defendants. People who beat police officers, stormed the Capitol, and tried to stop the transfer of power. And now Trump's Justice Department wants to send these thugs reparations checks. I wish that was hyperbole. The government is literally cutting checks to people who tried to overthrow it. If that...
Yeah. And there you go. And a lot of y'all been saying it all night about the H.R. 40. That's the African American Act. And that's just simply a federal bill that established a commission to investigate the institution of slavery and its lingering negative effects, and recommends it's all recommending. So let's investigate, and then we can recommend something after our investigation. To hell with that. There's nothing to investigate. There's nothing to recommend. Y'all know what it is, and y'all know what needs to be done. So we need to investigate, then recommend, and we'll tell them, but we can't make them do anything.
See what I'm saying? Do you see the slaps in the face? They just keep coming rapid. Wop, wop, wop. They also recommend us to lobby Congress. Lobby Congress to influence federal lawmakers and their staff to support or oppose specific legislation, policies, or government programs. Lobbying, my understanding, is funding. How do you properly lobby Congress without funds? That's what they want. Oh, you want us to support what you want? What is it? What you got for us? Emails, phone calls ain't gonna do it. Why should I support you? How you gonna support me? Munyon. Shout out to the OG Richard. We appreciate you. Says first African American president, Mr. Walker. Woo, y'all trying to get me assassinated. Relax.
Shout out to Richard.
Thing reparations, I don't know what the fuck is. Thing number two, the case for Black reparations isn't new. It's documented. The U.S. government ran chattel slavery for centuries, then spent another 100 years enforcing Jim Crow. Redlining, convict leasing, violent land theft. Tulsa, Rosewood, the USDA stealing Black farmland for decades. These aren't just grievances. They're government-sponsored harm with paper trails. Economists have estimated the resulting racial wealth gap in the trillions. We have receipts. Thing number three, the government just set a precedent. It can provide federal relief to a class of people it believes were wronged by federal action. That's the legal framework. That's the argument. If January 6th defendants can be compensated, the moral and legal case for Black reparations just got a whole lot stronger. The only question now is whether we can garner the political will to apply that same logic to the people who built this country for free. But I want to know what you think.
Trump giving reparations.
Let me stop that for a minute. So I don't even like the language here. The Atlantic, 250 years of slavery, 90 years Jim Crow, 60 years separate but equal, 30. Nah, you can try more like 500 years of slavery. All right, at the least, so what? The Declaration, 1876 is the Declaration, all that in the Civil War. We were here for at least 400 years before that. That's being liberal. So the hell with that 250. We're going to call it 400 easy, then 90 of Jim Crow, then 60 of separate but equal, etc.
There we go. I'm trying to think. I like that. He said the framework, folks that were wronged can be compensated by the government. Wronged by the government. I do believe one of the standing arguments against FBA reparations, they were saying that during the time of slavery was not illegal. That's the biggest slap in the face I have heard thus far. Like, it wasn't illegal. How can y'all try to say we owe y'all debt when it was completely morally bankrupt. They acknowledge that. But they say, but it wasn't illegal. So why do we have to pay fines, restitution, reparations for something that wasn't illegal? I like this, but this here, you know what they did was illegal and they getting paid to do it. I don't know. Something about. Appreciate you, OG. Says Obama, first African American president, Mr. Oh, okay. I thought you said it was me.
To apply that same logic to the people who built this country for free. But I want to know what you think.
Trump giving reparations for January 6th is the forgiving of the Confederacy. So nothing for those who built this country, but $1 billion for these niggas. Thor gonna be rocking iced out antlers. Well, 1 million black people are in prison. The problem with this whole nation is that they forgave the fucking Confederacy because the allegiance of this country is and always will be to white supremacy and capitalism. Speaking of reparations, 14 trillion is a commonly cited number of what is owed for unpaid slave labor. I mean, they gave 20 billion to Israel for a genocide, like the Hebrew Israelites. The common argument against reparations is that no one today owns slaves, but they do own institutions built through slavery. Harvard, Chase, Aetna, AIG Insurance. Fuck it, let's go down the list of some of those who have received reparations. Slave owners in England, French slaveholders after the Haitian Revolution, Israel after the Holocaust, the Japanese after the internment camps, and Confederate slaveholders. 40 acres and a mule was stolen from the formerly enslaved, given back to their previous slaveholders, and they got presidential pardons. And what did they do? Destroy Reconstruction, Jim Crow, lynchings, vagrancy laws, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mass incarceration, Donald Trump, January 6th. Well, reparations for black Americans are denied using foolish arguments and misinformation. To that point, I used a site called Ground News to see what was really going on with this.
Hell! And let's talk about, the over 14 trillion they claim it is. And a lot of people say, well, they can't pay that because that's going to topple the economy, and so be it. But here's the thing. It does not have to be paid in a lump sum or in the form of cash. We need to get the ball moving. All right. It can obviously be in the form of payments. We're going to keep checks and balances. But to not get the process going, we can no longer stand for that. So ain't nobody trying to topple the economy. But like I said, so be it. It ain't going to topple anything. You're just going to shift power into the hands of the righteous people. That's it.
There you go. Let's do something like that old lottery. $1,000 a week for life. Y'all remember that? No, y'all do. I used to be wishing I would win it. Now today, $1,000 a week ain't exactly rich. But like you said, thank you, Miss X. Look at that. We ain't tyrannical. Let's just start somewhere. We get it. You got a household of 4. That's $1 million for that household. Understood. But let's do something. Let's stop making suggestions and let's start getting some stuff in permanent ink. And shout out to the brother Vic Mensa. He be doing a little bit of Democratic pandering, but he a good dude. Shout out to the brother.
Reparations Fund. It's a website and app that helps with information literacy. They take thousands of articles from around the world and organize them by story to help you understand the news you consume. They have links to 200 different articles about this issue alone, showing the reporting bias of the sources, if they're right-leaning, moderate, left, the reliability, and even who's funding the publication. Because if you get your news from certain sources, they'll tell you the January 6th rioters are really patriots, when we know damn well they're domestic terrorists. Comment news or go to the link in my bio to get 40% off the Unlimited Vantage plan.
Trump could end up being the president that start paying back reparations to blacks in America. As evil as he is. Here's how it's going to work. Let's say your folks came off the plantations in the United States of America hundreds of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Your foreparents that worked on plantations in America 300, 400 years ago.
Let's just stop right there because you off base. I think a lot of people do this. We become prisoners of the moment. It has not been that damn long ago. Quit putting the S on the end of hundreds. First of all, hundreds, just 200 years ago was 1826. That was before the Civil War, before any emancipation, before any damn thing. So quit saying hundreds. And just like we know, 100 years ago was 1926. We weren't too free then either. There were still people in slavery on plantations 100 years ago. Hell, 70 years ago. So quit saying hundreds with an S like this stuff happened so long ago when it didn't.
The last known survivor of the transatlantic slave trade, Miss Matilda McCreer, passed away January 1940. What the heck are we talking about? It's right. My gosh, out to Rachai. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I know, right? We live in a microwave society. Science and technology moving so fast, right? That had to be so long ago. You can still smell it in the air in certain parts of the country. I would have to imagine down deep in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Oh, I can imagine you can still smell the chattel.
Remember, Trump and his friends says this money, right? What he's calling weaponization money, right? Some people call it a slush fund. This money, he says, is for people who have been hurt by the government. Now, if you look at black people in America, right, those who their descendants were on the plantations in America working and toiling, how much more hurt do you want them to be? I think they're qualified. More than qualified. Matter of fact, they're overqualified. Every person who, if your folks were on the plantations in America, you're more than qualified for this money that Trump, out of this $1.776 billion fund, you're more than qualified. So you should apply for that money. If you know you had folks on the plantations in America years ago, grand.
Well, he keeps saying y'all. All right, so at least he delineating. He must not be from here, frantic, because he ain't getting nothing. But no, didn't I just tell y'all there's not enough money in this damn slush fund to even appease our appetite? Like, you want us to enter in so they can say that this was reparations for real? You want some ninjas to really go over there and mass and get some bread, get a little $250? They say, look, we gave y'all something. Stop asking. No, we ain't about to be included in with anybody else. We got our own separate deal. That's part of the problem in the first place. We're trying to enter us in this 1.8 billion. What the hell we gonna do with that when we talking 14 trillion?
That ain't gonna help nothing. That ain't gonna cover our daggone therapy bills. Golly. Come on with you, man. We can't. I understand. See, he going about it, Mr. X, as if beggars can be choosers. We ain't begging. Again, folks don't understand. We're not asking for a favor, a handout. We are saying, hey, Jack, remember all that work I did for you way back then and you paid me nothing? Pay me now. That's what we saying.
That part. And I would say for all the people out there that when these conversations come up, they'd be like, well, y'all act like nobody else have ever been oppressed on this planet before. To hell with you and the horse you rode in on. We ain't trying to hear that. We are speaking in modern times. Don't tell me about something that happened back with Genghis Khan and them or whatever the case. All right. Something that you have no context of. We talking modern times. Everybody in modern times have been compensated. Ain't trying to hear what y'all talking about. Oh, yeah, people was enslaved thousands of years ago, this and that. Yeah, they was doing. No, this is unique. Don't y'all get it? So the more y'all try to water it down, we ain't gonna let it happen.
They don't get it. They either don't get it, Mr. X, or it's too, I said it before, maybe it's just too uncomfortable, too painful to acknowledge. They're like, it couldn't have been that bad. We couldn't have been that evil. Shout out to what is that new term they came up with? White shame, white guilt. They don't like hearing about the true history. They don't feel so good. Shout out to all the white liberals.
And you should apply for this money because you're qualified. Already you are qualified. You know what I'm saying? So don't sleep on this shit, right? And allow the J6ers to take this entire amount of money. You should apply for this money, right? And see where it goes. I know they can't tell every single person no. Because what are they going to say? Well, prove that you were hurt by the government. Okay. All you have to say is, my grandma, great-grandpa, I came up, my folks work on plantations in America, and boom, that's it. You're qualified. You understand? And if that doesn't happen, guess what? It's going to start the ball rolling so black people in America, African Americans, the descendants of slaves can.
You a lie,
Man.
and the truth ain't in you.
What the hell is this tether talking about? This would be a tether. Like, for real. Do y'all hear what he is saying? Like, that, I mean, pure ignorance. Either it's pure ignorance, which more, he like, yeah, just do it. Yeah, just enter your name in. Yeah. All you got to do is say you from slaves. Do you not understand what the hell we've been doing? Like, for the disrespect, all y'all got to do is tell them what happened, and they going to cut the check. Man, you don't shut the...
Anytime somebody start a statement with all you gotta do, technical foul. I ain't trying to hear the rest. This ninja said all you gotta do is tell them that your grandparents were slaves and they just gonna send the bread. All right. No, most likely not gonna suffice. But like you said, even if it do, he talk about extracted from this little wonky slosh fund. Okay, let's say they say, you know what? All right, you want reparations, huh, ninja? All right, we're gonna send you a cool, like you said, we're gonna send you a cool $1,500. There you go. Sign here. There you go. Sign here. E-sign this document for this $1,500. You got it, and you ain't gonna read the fine print. This qualifies as your reparations for anybody in your family and lineage. Enjoy this $1,500. Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, part of the small print, they're gonna say if we get at least 1,000 of y'all to sign up for this, everybody else forfeit their reparations.
Y'all think it's a joke? Yeah, man.
Finally starting to get something back out of this government. We did them so much wrong for hundreds of years. Okay, so this may be it. This may be what starts the ball rolling. Okay, so Trump could end up being the president that initiated or started paying back reparations to black people in America. Sounds kind of weird, but could end up being true. We'll see.
So he created this slush fund based upon the fact that he sued the government. And his appointed DOJ ended up creating a third party. See, whenever you sue the government or you sue these people based on like the IRS or any form like that, there is a precedent set with the Department of Justice. And what he did is that he said, I won't take any money and I'll drop the case. In exchange, I want you to create a third party where you give these people money who have been wrongfully harmed. That applies to Black Americans as well. That applies to us in the front of the line. They've created this defense fund for anybody who feels that they were attacked, targeted, or harassed by the United States government. Fam, last time I checked, that is Certified Foundation of Black Americans. And the reason why the Democrats are so mad right now is because the Democrats know we over here looking at that situation like, oh, word? Really though? Damn right. See, we're looking at this situation and doing it like players do. See, that's what FBA does. I don't know about anybody else, fam. They hate us. We true players. We looking at this situation saying, F the Democrats, F the Republicans, F January 6th, F the insurrectionists, give a damn about any of that. It's all about FBA. How can we get in on that money? How can we take this situation, flip it, turn it upside down, and bring the money back? That's how we looking at the situation. So the fact that they created this fund based on the third party, and they're saying that anybody can take advantage of it. Now, that doesn't just apply to all of the January 6th people. That also applies to foundational Black Americans and the harm in which we have historically went through. What do you want to talk about? Redlining? You want to talk about Jim Crow? You want to talk about slavery? You know, all the things that people always use against us so they can try to get some type of clout off of our name. How about we go get some money based off of that? The Democrats' refusal to acknowledge reparations for foundational Black Americans now is starting to backfire. All the years of them trying to have benign neglect, misdirection.
Here we go. I had to do the math real quick. All right. Y'all ain't gonna be happy. Y'all ain't gonna be happy, but it's the truth over lies. So we talking, let me make sure I got this right. 1.77 billion. All right, and we 43 million strong. That means each of us get a grand total of $43.30.
Yeah!
That's if we took the whole fund. If we got every dollar, nobody else, if we got every dollar up out the fund, if we 43 million, is it more or less? I don't know. I'll just start with 43. I believe we all will get $41.30 up out that fund.
However, if all 43 million of us got 250,000, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even really know what this number is. It ain't, is what's after billion? What's after trillions?
Somebody said it earlier.
10.7. I almost sound like a gazillion. A gazillion dollars. Yeah, ain't happening.
A quadrillion, I think. Quadrillion.
10.7 quadrillion dollars. We ain't even measured in that amount yet. We had trillions for the daggone defense fund. Quadrillion. We expected them to come up a quadrillion. Not 1 quadrillion, 10 quadrillion.
Yes, they got it. To hell with that. To hell with that. Figure it out. Man, we was on the plantation and they had 1,000 acres of cotton. And all these ninjas looked at each other and said, how we supposed to pick all of this? And they looked at you and said, figure it out. They had no compassion. Say, ain't no way these ninjas gonna pick. They didn't care. So in this instance, they got it. Figure it out. Go delete whoever you need to delete or whatever y'all need to do.
There you go. Hey, no, 10 quadrillion. Do y'all know how much more 10 billion is from 10 million? When 10 trillion, my gosh. 10 quadrillion? Is there that much money in circulation amongst all nations? I'm gonna look that up because that's a lot of
Here's
bread.
the deal. It don't gotta be money. We taking real estate, land, gold, hell, SpaceX, the moon, whatever. We want it all, damn it.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
There you go. Let's get Texas, Louisiana. There you go. Spirit Airlines, sign that over. All that. There you go, Miss X. There's enough resources and trinkets to make it smack. There we go. But 10 quadrillion and greenbacks, yeah, that'd be a tough one.
Here we go.
Money, 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 money.
Shout out to the OG Richard. We appreciate you. Says Mr. Walker, the FBA baby boomers could be the last generation with direct knowledge and hands-on experience with the direct and indirect effects of slavery, sharecropping, and the straw boss. Oh, what's the straw boss, OG? But for sure, man, salute to y'all, man. Salute to you, OG. Much love and respect, man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Well, here we go. We ain't done. This is crazy.
Always with misleadership, false statements, false phrases, false words. All of that now is backfiring on them. So now we're sitting there looking at them and saying, well, you ain't ever did reparations for us, so we're going to go about it in our own way. We're going to go through our own channels. We're going to find out our own avenues. And this right here fell right into our lap. Y'all know we got a laundry list of this. So family, by nature and by law, we have the right to exercise and to go forward with these justice claims, and we can do it immediately, fam. See, this ain't what the Democrats are giving you. The Democrats are giving you 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 100 years, 152 years, maybe later, another day, we shall overcome. Fam, they marching about Selma right now and ain't doing nothing. We right here, and we looking at these justice claims on how we can bring the reparations home. This is the difference. The channels that they've given us, we've canceled them because they ain't real. Now you have another channel that has been opened. Every single thing that I'm saying is absolutely 100% certified and correct. And I got all the facts and evidence and all my brothers and sisters who on the same exact time, baby. This is clear as day. You can go from slavery. You can go to redlining. You can go to police targeting. Every single atrocity that has been put upon Black Americans and inflicted upon our community, we have a channel to walk right on through to get compensation. They didn't want this to happen. This was unintended consequences. But if you're going to play the game, you got to play the game. And we are the hustlers who can't be played. Now it's time to get the money. Remember, y'all, it's all about Cream. Cash reparations everywhere around me. Cream getting the money. dollar bills, y'all.
Word on the street is that this $1.776 billion slush fund that Donald Trump and Todd Blanche set up is increasingly unpopular, even with Republicans.
I think it's stupid on stilts. Why? Because it will invariably put us in a position where your taxpayer dollars and my taxpayer dollars could potentially compensate someone who assaulted a police officer.
This is Republican Senator Tom Tillis railing against this settlement fund.
Admitted their guilt, got convicted, got pardoned, and now we're going to pay them for that? That's absurd. The American people are going to reject this out of hand. When you
This is white man. White man said, you try to take this up out of my pension, my bread. And then, you know, they just don't agree with it. Like you say, they just going along with T-Money to get along. Most of them people do not like him on either side. I don't care what part of government you in, you don't like him. You just know he a tyrant, and only the Democrats can be vocal about it. Most of the Republicans, they just got to get in line for their own political futures. So they said, we're just going to ride this out till it's over and act like it never happened. But they won't go against it. But now they like, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, don't want to get blackballed. Don't want to be in the gangster T-Money's bad graces. Absolutely not. I've been seeing that, you know, folks around my town that you know were heavy on the T-Money MAGA. Woo, they got real quiet as of lately. You either gonna support him or you gonna shut up, but you shan't not speak against him. Like Miss X said, you run an extremely strong risk of getting blackballed and being stagnant in your career at best, if not completely eradicated. It's cold game out here.
take money from me to give to a purpose that I vehemently disagree with, that's tyranny.
Now, I, like you, continue to maintain a healthy dose of skepticism anytime a Republican says that they're against something Donald Trump is for, but he used the word tyranny, which is one that you don't hear a lot of Republicans saying under this particular regime.
I want black people to pay attention to the amount of power Donald Trump is illegally wielding, because he's setting a precedent. After Donald Trump, the U.S. presidency will never be the same. You know why? Because people have seen this man go above and beyond his constitutionally provided job and see nothing done to him. So we are moving into an American empire loom where for those 8 years, the president can almost do whatever he wants. But let me throw this at you. A big reason why Donald Trump is not being held in check is because Donald Trump is a puppet for the Zionists. He's on the Epps. And the Zionists will expose Donald Trump being involved in the Epps scandal if he don't do exactly what they tell him to do. They got him by the balls. And guess what? They got the whole U.S. Congress by the balls. So they can't say nothing to Trump because guess what? We fund you, we fund you, we fund you. If
There you go. So T-Money, like you say, these is about to be his paid goons in case anything ever hit the fan, like it probably will sooner than later. All right, he still got to. We are only a little over 1 year into this presidency, so we still got over 2.5 years to go. Like I say, I don't even Trump's so old. I don't even think he'll be the president just for those reasons, his memory and all of that. But if he is, and they try to, do something, he gonna rouse these folks up again.
T-Money building a ballroom with a bunker under it. Like, come on, man. I don't care. I'm standing on that. He ain't going nowhere. Outside of transition on to glory, as they say, Mr. X, he ain't walking out of there. T-Money know that. That's why he conjuring up these crime mobs and stuff. There you go. Maybe just in case, Mr. X, just in case he do survive his term and he got to walk out there, he gonna have his gang with him, like the gangs in New York, like the daggone Peaky Blinders. Shout out to the Peaky Blinders. Yeah, straight gangs. He ain't going nowhere.
Yes, they gonna give him usher him to the airport, to his plane, and he gonna go to wherever he going.
to that island.
If you try to shut Trump down.
I've been telling y'all ever since that orange piece of shit took office, Project 2025 was pure racist. It's aimed toward us. And now that people are actually starting to see how up this shit is over here and how bad shit about to get, yeah, it's gonna be time for us to stick together because we ain't got no choice if you want to survive. Look what's going on in Louisiana right now. If you homeless, they would lock you up for 2 years and make you pick cotton and you ain't gonna get $1 from it.
Oh. Damn. Look at Mr. Walker said this can't be true. Yeah. If you homeless, pay attention. This ain't the time to be homeless, first of all. But if you're homeless in Louisiana, according to him, they will pick you up. They can, I'm sure they got some law where they can lock you up for up to 2 years. All right, because you probably can't bail out when they keep dragging out your case and they're going to have you in some jail just sitting there picking cotton, making license plates, and yeah.
Yeah. Says yes, the criminalization and potential incarceration of homeless individuals is actively advancing in Louisiana. Penalties. The first offense could result in up to 6 months in jail, a fine up to $500, or both. Subsequent convictions carry penalties of up to 2 years in prisons and fines up to $1,000. So if you homeless, obviously you ain't got not a daggone dime to your name. Homeless, being a vagrant. This is definitely taking steps back. Shout out to the grandmas and shout out to OG Rachai. When that is saying, like, keep some money in your pocket. You can't be out walking around without some loot in your suit. Walking it because you be considered a vagrant, you could go to jail, is my understanding back in the day. One at the roof. You ain't got $1, you homeless, you're a vagrant.
Well, here's the thing. It gets more insidious because we think about just homeless bums on the street. A homeless person is just somebody without an identification. So it's going to target our people as we watch these dash cams, and Bonquisha and Nug Nug ain't never got ID, ain't never willing to hand it over. So they ain't even going to play with you. They're going to ask you one time and you can play with it, and they're going to lock you up, and they're going to take 2 years to find it. And then they're going to say, hey, we found your ID. You can go.
2 years later. That sounds too real. You ain't got your ID? Huh? They got on that. They got it on their body. You ain't got ID? You said no? No more questions. No more comments. Get in the back of the paddy wagon. We'll have this discussion again in 2 years. Oh, my goodness.
If you ain't down to be part of the revolution, I guarantee you, boy, that white man gonna beat you like a slave. It's time for all of us to wake up. Hey, they want to take away the 14th Amendment. They don't want us to have no voting rights. They trying to rule us with an iron fist, and you got me fucked up.
Y'all still bullshitting. America, y'all still bullshitting. So you think I'm finna give my hard-earned money? You think I'm finna give my hard-earned money to this motherfucker who finna pay his goons for the January 6th riot? So this man is trying to get reparations to some criminals, bro. Bro, I swear to God, man, y'all playing, bro. Y'all motherfuckers is playing, bro. This shit can't be real, man. This shit is a fucking simulation. What the fuck is going on with y'all, man? What the fuck is it? Wake up, bro. Please, what the fuck is going on? How was we allowing this? Y'all, so y'all finna go to work today. No, check me out, man. Let me put this shit together. So y'all think about this. Listen to what the fuck I'm trying to tell you, man. So y'all finna go to work today. Go bust y'all ass. 8, 10, 12. Goddamn it. I don't know how many hours y'all put in. Y'all finna go bust y'all ass. Work hard. And a lot of y'all struggling just to barely pay y'all rent, bro. Y'all could barely put food on the table. This goes for blacks, whites, Asians, Mexicans, all of us, man. We up here making the bare minimum. And this motherfucker expect us to go to work every day busting our ass. To give up some of our tax money to pay some motherfucking criminals who decided to go downtown to Washington and tear up the motherfucking Capitol?
Hell! Yeah. Well, first of all, we ain't too concerned. We ain't about to go down to Asians and Hispanics. Nah. Cut our check. They all need to put into that. So, but not for this. I agree.
There you go. He's snapping. I understand his energy. Woosah, brother. Woosah, spread the word, sound the alarm, but we all gotta be be careful. Just woosah. Don't get too worked up. Right, the serenity prayer. We're gonna work on and change the things that we can, and acknowledge the things that we can't, and pray for the wisdom to know the difference. But woosah, brother. Go ahead, cut some hair. Shout out to the OG Hustles Philosopher. Good to see you, man. There you go. Says, until we buy one of those towns for sale, this will continue. You always talking my language, brother. We need control over the town, criminal, and legal system. It is the only way. Shout out to Mount Bayou, Hustles Philosopher. Tell me, man, you own it, brother. Salute to you. Much respect, man.
There you go. Oh, man, yeah, this dude going ham.
Harm officers, beat on officers. So you expect us to give y'all tax money to pay them. So this motherfuckers want us to pay his goons? So you mean I'm getting up, go to work to pay some money for some goons? So I'm getting up, getting to work, paying some taxes to a government who sit here and literally contradict the law and laugh and spit in our motherfucking face every day. What the fuck we get? What the fuck we get for that COVID? What, some little check ass little dust money? What we get for that for y'all releasing that shit? Huh? We ain't got to talk about the blacks. We know what's up with that. Everybody in UN said we supposed to get reparations. Besides them, and who was it? Was it Fred's? Said U.S. and France said we shouldn't get it, but turn around, you want to give reparations. Let's be. I don't care, man. Hey, listen. I don't care who it is. You want to give reparations to the Jews for a Holocaust, and then you want to sit up here and play in our motherfucking face, you orange face, motherfucking pancake toupee wearing ass bitch. You want to play our motherfucking face and tell me you want to take our hard-earned money and give it to some criminals, nigga? Fuck you, nigga. It's time to fight, nigga. Y'all playing games, man. Y'all steady sitting here looking at this man treat us this way, and y'all ain't doing nothing fucking about it, but y'all going about your daily life, but y'all want to hop on my motherfucking post and tell me what the fuck is you doing? I'm trying, nigga. I'm trying to get a spark out of y'all. But y'all want to sit here, look at my reels, and probably look like, oh yeah, this nigga crazy. Woo. I don't give a fuck what y'all thinking, nigga. Ain't no crazy over this. Is real shit. It's just you motherfuckers is too blind. You too far, got your face too far in that motherfucking phone. You too busy worrying about what the fuck is going on at the club or what's going on in the music industry. And y'all don't even see what this motherfucker is doing, literally spitting in all our faces. How many times you gotta get fucked over, man? How many times a motherfucker gotta bite you to show you they're a snake, bro? This shit gotta stop. This shit gotta stop. And this
Hell! Listen, I don't know if he trolling or what. I mean, he going in, all right? He dropping some gems, but, you know, it seemed like almost a parody. He going so damn hard, but salute to him.
This that new fire. Been there, done that. When you finally realize you've been bamboozled and, you know, you kind of get on your blackity black train or your pro-black. I know that feeling. Shout out to Warren Sapp that we put on display earlier. You know, you get that fire in you. I've been bamboozled. We distracted. I know. Been there. That's why I start to loathe sports. All of these things are distractions. Shout out to the Romans and the invention of the Colosseum. Keep them distracted. Keep them distracted with extremes, violence, mayhem. Let them eat cake, drink wine, and they'll be all right. We could do whatever we want to do. The governments and the powers that be been doing this for way too long.
shit gotta stop now. This shit is over with. We ain't done. They extorting us for our money. They raping our kids. They over there raiding countries, trying to just cover it up like they heroes. They sitting here stealing oil, doubling their money off us. Then they got nerves to go on the stock exchange, all on the news, and clap their rich ass hands how they just doubled their money off of us. And y'all still sitting here want to sit here and fight each other. Fuck a Chud the Builder. Fuck all that. Fuck the distractions. All that shit is the distraction, bro. Let me tell y'all something, bro. That march that y'all had for that No King's Day, y'all was on the right path, but y'all was distracted, man. Y'all marching for the wrong thing. We supposed to got together and march through his ass to get their ass up out of that fucking White House. Fuck the No King's Day. We supposed to have a no motherfucking Trump era, nigga. I'm ready to fight. We gotta get to Washington, bro. I keep trying to make this post and tell y'all I'm trying to get to Washington, bro. Ain't nothing bluffing over here. I'm ready and believe that. All y'all listen, bro. All you gotta do is go to my GoFundMe, bro, and put some money in there. And I'm gonna try to take as many motherfuckers as I can.
I remember when I lost my mind. I'm just about to lose my mind.
Slow down, Tito. All right, that ain't the course of action. That's why I said I don't know if this dude trolling or what. He going in, all right. Like you said, like he been recently awakened to something, and it's on his back.
Listen, I get it. I understand something. He talking wild. He talking gung ho. This is the scenario of 100 men versus the gorilla, if you ask me. Folks, let's get together. He talking about getting folks together. We're gonna go ahead and storm this and do that. You must accept, like I said, 100 men versus a gorilla. Somebody is going to get dismembered. All right. Which one of you ninjas want to be on the front line? And you know for sure you ain't gonna make it home. You should not. That's the kind of energy it takes for true revolution. Shout out to the son of one of the founders of the Black Panther Party we put on display. I can't remember his name, mistakes, but he was snapping that one person.
Fred Hampton Jr.
Yeah, Fred Hampton Jr. He was insulted at what the brother said. He said, we missed the Black Panther Party. Fred Hampton Jr. was trying to let it be known he was all institutionalized. You don't miss it. You don't even know what it was about. You don't understand the sacrifice it took for that organization to develop. You talking about getting GoFundMe's and getting folks together and going to do things. Folks got to be willing to acknowledge their mortality. That's the toughest thing. Everybody gonna make it home, brother.
Well, I would say nobody will. So if it's 100 men versus a gorilla, all 100 men would more than likely acknowledge that none of us gonna make it out, but we still gonna enter. That's where we at. You got to have that mentality.
Yes, I agree. Straight the army of 300, glory in being deleted for a righteous cause. And I've said it before, we are too comfortable on American soil. Ain't nobody trying to do that.
I'm gonna go to Washington, bro, and I'm gonna record it and show y'all I'm there, man. But I don't know what else to do. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Motherfuckers got to do something else too. We got to build networks. We got to build cells and then connect the cells. Each state, each major city should be building a protest, and then we all supposed to come together and merge into one, man. Why are we waiting? Don't be sitting here talking about what the hell you doing. What the fuck is you doing? I'm trying to get you motivated to get out here so we can make this shit happen, man. Listen, I can't do this shit by myself, bro. On the G, I'm ready though. I'm ready though. I'm for us, man. One. No blood eyes, no big U's, no this race is big, no this race is bigger. No, man, it's all of us. United States citizens, we going through that bitch, bro. And we standing as one, and we standing proudly, and we going up in there, and we gonna let them know on their front yard. We're gonna be in front of their motherfucking door, and we gonna let them motherfuckers know just like this, bro. Hey, if y'all don't make this shit right, y'all don't get them out of there, and motherfuckers don't get prosecuted, we stop it. And listen, we're gonna stop spending our money with all the major corporations, man. Control the dollar, y'all. We gotta control our dollar. We ain't gotta hurt nobody. We just gotta get on the same fucking page. We gotta figure out how can we get on the same page. We're gonna have people that's gonna go against us, but fuck that. It's more of us that want this type of movement than them, bro. But we gotta find a way to get on the same page, bro. We gotta control our dollar. We gotta control our urges. That means stop buying Louis. That means stop buying Gucci. That means stop buying all these high-end shit. Go to the mom and pop stores, bro. I keep telling y'all, go to the mom and pop stores. Stop buying at all these other places. I know people sit back like, well, I ain't until I see other people do it. Listen, bro, we got to start somewhere, man. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
Yeah. So be more conscious about it. That's it. I know it's not an overnight thing, cold turkey, go off the grid, don't need nothing. Granted, you still gonna have to go to Walmart every once in a while for stuff, but be more intentional. And then some stuff you can cut out completely. All the, the Netflixes and the Jordans and some of this stuff that we, going to these concerts and events, and to hell with that. Don't matter if it's a black artist. The white folks is the ones making most of the money. So listen, show them, hit them where the money at, hit them in their pocket.
That's the only way it works. I agree with the last part. Withhold funds, we've been talking about that, but showing up on their line, they're gonna say, prove it. That conversation ain't gonna work. Hey, do right by us, prosecute those that need prosecuted, or we gonna stop spending our money. They're gonna say, show us first. Show us that you really gonna walk like you talk, then maybe we'll consider it. But idle threats, they ain't worried about it. He talking about, food, that's one thing. But like he said, designer clothes, Like that shit be easily done. My goodness. I wish I might not go to the store. I'm about to go buy me some Louis. That's crazy as heck. Like, stop again buying trinkets we can't afford to impress people that don't give a dag about us. Stop with the consumerism. That is, if you ask me, the beginning of our modern day revolution. They depend on us to spend our money. They depend on us to extract money from our culture and give it to others as we do so freely. That's where it starts.
So there you go. This guy here, he was cooking. He started off, he was a little aggressive and violent, but he came to his common sense and said something logical. I said it earlier in the show, stop spending our money. Like I said, it's not going to be an absolute thing, but think. You got to think. Don't just be giving it away to them. Like, who I'm handing my money to?
That's it. Like, just the consumerism. Grew up around it. Know what it's about. I know it be going through your minds. Just stop. Don't stop trying to impress people. I promise you, Miss X, that's the number one thing. Trying to impress other folks so that you look good in their eyes or they're impressed. Get rid of that, and we'll be making some leeway in the right direction.
There you go. And like you said, love yourself. It got to be some self-hatred somewhere rooted in it. I see some people come, oh, well, that's just what I like. And, I like stunting on ninjas. Y'all just mad y'all can't afford it. And this and that. Yeah, God bless you.
Well, where your soul at? I love jewelry. I do. And it came to a point, I was educated about blood diamonds and stuff like that. I say, you know what? I refuse to take part in it. And I say, start making my own jewelry, things like that. Clothes, I like clothes, but I'm going to look far and wide for some clothes that fit my character, but ain't, high priced. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. It ain't about the price. It's just about quality. And you can still find quality products that ain't pricey. Or you just get a bunch of cheap products.
So there we go. So, man, we've been up here all night talking about America, reparations for who? And we asking the question, is this the land of the free or the home of the corrupt? And people saying corrupt. And we started this off telling y'all about this slush fund. All right. And a lot of y'all didn't even know about it, but we did a deep dive.
I asked earlier, I said, free. The word free had me thinking corrupt and hate, yes, but maybe only the hateful corrupt are free-ish. They moving how they want. They getting a desired outcome, at least for the short term. But I truly believe, shout out to Stephen James, he always trying to have Bible study. I believe God doesn't make any mistakes. And I also believe he's not evil. I believe all of these wrongs shall be righted. The hateful, corrupt folks, they eating cake right now. Let them eat cake. But eventually that cake gonna turn to poison. Just wait. Give it time. Have faith. Have hope.
That part. So, yeah, make sure you guys are hitting the like button if you have not yet. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody who came through tonight. Make sure if you're just coming in, rewind it, catch the replay. And Mr. Walker, we plan on coming back at y'all tomorrow night for some Regal Rumble action, a midweek Rumble. We got some stuff to talk about.
Oh, the drama don't stop. Always something going on in social media land, especially when it comes to dating, mating, and rage baiting. But shout out to Truth Over Lies and the Truth Over Lies family coming through, supporting y'all interests, supporting our latest channel. We appreciate y'all. As Mr. X said, make sure y'all share this content, huh? Not the funniest, not the most lighthearted, but these conversations need to be had. That's why we started this channel. Make sure y'all share it, and Replay Gang, make sure y'all hype the video. We moving, man, but we ain't moving without y'all support.
Yeah! Boom, that part. So, like I said, we will be back tomorrow. Midweek Rumble, Thursday, Single by Choices, and the Weekend Madness. So we moving.
Here we go. Make sure y'all subscribe to all 3 channels. And again, y'all don't listen. We will be back tomorrow for the midweek rumble, huh? Little pop-up, if you will. So make sure y'all tuned in. Never a dull moment. You don't want to miss it.
That part. So yeah, this was a lot tonight. Sit back, rewatch it. Like I said, I see some of y'all just come in. Take it from the beginning. Shout out to Warren Sapp, came up here, was preaching. All right, we brought Futon out earlier, was up here lying and some more stuff.
ho Futon. When I first came into this space, Mr. X, I wanted to like Futon so much. I did. You know, a brother, get into a bag, married, sounded good. It's like the more you get to know, it's like, God dang it, you effed up, huh?
Unfortunate. But nonetheless, rewind it, catch the replay. Shout out to y'all coming through. Hit the like button. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Carpet for the Horse Productions.
A good evening.
We're trying to get you old now, viral online.
Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where you need you here. Quarters have been fit your focus, kiss. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where you need you here. Quarters have vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not Berry boys.
Not Berry boys.